Hello, happy Top 100 Monday, the final Top 100 stream of this year, or at least this season, until the arcs. Maybe they'll happen this year. Hello, Sarah, Trish, Lizuli, Avengers, Skeletino, Leobat, Petupon, Unlucky Emperor, Sun, Skitty, Guster, Beandon, Ray. Let me get rid of this chapter thing. Boom. Senor, Ultima, Gasanov, Gaming, Mandarina, Strange, Moonless, thank you for 2 years of support. Thank you so much. Welcome to the 2-year club. Thank you for 24 months. I'm getting close to completing OT1, and I'm undecided between OT2 or OT0 for my next playthrough. Any suggestions? I don't know what OT is. Sorry. It's the morning rust, maybe. It's gone over my head. Oh, Octopath Traveler. I've never played Zero. I don't know about Zero. But Octopath 2 is a great sequel. I think Octopath Traveler 2 is a really good sequel. It improves on so many aspects of the first one. But I've not played Zero. Ziggurats. Hello, Mel. Scarlet Kurta. Roshanaz. No worries, Fluffy. The VODs are there for a reason in case you're interested, but glad you can join us today. Declan, Soul Samurai, Sunflux, Greatest Attorney, mayhaps the greatest soundtrack of all time. Mayhaps. Roxanne, Prinzip. We really do have a Kagurabachi stream lined up at the perfect time because I haven't mentioned it, but congratulations to Kagurabachi Nation. The anime has been announced early this morning. The PV, or the teaser or whatever, looks very good, although I wouldn't put a ton of stock into that because they can often look different than the finished product. But it looks great. I'm very excited. I'm really looking forward to seeing this story adapted, because I don't know if anyone knows, but I am a fan of Kagurabachi. I do quite enjoy it. In fact, I'll be reading it this weekend. Thank you for the streak, Roshanaz. Hello, Kane, Flub. And yes, so just a blanket thing. I've seen the trailer. I actually tweeted a bunch about it this morning, so you can check out my tweets if you want to. But yes, I've seen it. Phantom, Sunny, Salmiro, Mentor Assassin, Velios, Hugs, Struggler, D, Zomaza. Enjoyed the VOD. It was an incredible stream yesterday. I'm a little, still recovering a little bit. Guntraws. Yes, an anime has been announced. Thank you, Piss Arbiter, for the 6 months with Prime. Thank you very much. I did tweet, I wonder if this series is any good. I did. And I immediately was like, I shouldn't have tweeted that, because I'm like, should I check this out? I've heard a little bit about it. I feel like stupidly thinking that everyone will be on the joke. It will be in on the joke, and then people are like, either going, yeah, man, check it out. And I'm like, I've seen it. I've been streaming it for months and months and months. I've been praising it. I've been gushing every week. Or people are going, no, it's actual slop. It's shit. But, like, there are some people who have, who realize it, and I appreciate that. My thoughts on the voice actor? We heard hardly any lines, so no real thoughts. It sounds fine. It sounds good. Do I recognize Shahido's voice actor? It sounds familiar, but again, I need more lines before being able to identify it. But I thought... maybe not. I've only seen the trailer once. Maybe if I watch it again, I'll be able to place it. But I only just saw it once. Have I seen Izobachi? I've seen Izobachi, yes. Never doubt a Bocce Bro's ability to insert themselves into glaze, or to meme. You think I should check Kagurabachi out? Okay, I'll check, you know what, I'll check it out this weekend. Do you want to know who the voice actor is? So what I was saying is, I think I know. I'm pretty sure I know. So yeah, you can tell me. You can tell me. Oh, I didn't actually know that. Okay, Takumi from 100 Line. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Hello, Luigi. Hello, Giant. Hello, Sebastian. Pepino. Harrison. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. He doesn't have any other major roles. That's cool. I like when anime cast relative newcomers. That's great. Hello, Gin Bieto, and hello, 12 Cats. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the final Top 100 week of the year. Welcome. Out of the 3 lists, how would you rank the fiction list in terms of how much has changed? I'm not sure, but it's not first. Antagonist was first. I'm not sure if it would be 2 or 3. I'll just put it this way. If there wasn't notable changes in additions and drops and additions, and drops and rises, I wouldn't have done a top 100 fiction. So there's lots of notable changes. I don't know if it's 2 or 3. Maybe you guys can decide. Is it just me, or has anime announcements moved from 6 months in advance to a year in advance? Honestly, I haven't been paying super tons of attention. But they definitely do it a lot in advance these days. It was good, Gin Bieto. It was very visceral. I really enjoyed how no punches were pulled. Am I thinking about streaming my reaction to the anime? Maybe. If people are interested, if people want to watch it together, then yeah, maybe. There's going to be a pilot in theaters. Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. I would love to watch it together for sure. Yeah, I was thinking, like, what I was envisioning for JoJo's Part 7 or Bleach Core 4, we could do for Kagurabachi 2 as well. Like, maybe I could let 5 episodes stack and then watch them together once in a while. That could be cool. I know, right, Mel? That's what I had planned. That's what I had planned for JoJo's Part 7, and then the release schedule thing happened. Yeah, I have a year to decide. I'm pretty sure that I will. I'll at least give it a go. We've gone through the whole Kagurabachi journey together. We'll continue to. I don't really see a reason why not. Hello, Downpour. Hello, Read Kagurabachi. Big day, big day. An early premiere for episode 1 in full, so probably a longer episode. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, boy. That's cool. Anyways, someone just said, I can't wait to see where Expedition 33 will be on this list. You think it'll be there? I don't know. Speaking of Kagurabachi, will it be there today? I don't know. We had Kagurabachi rep already. We've had Kagurabachi all over the antagonists. Chihiro was in the protagonists. What will be higher, Red Dead 2 or Expedition 33? I don't know. Have you watched all media ever? Because I'm scared your qualifications aren't quite up to scruff. It's so funny. Hello, Hannah. It's so funny. Really, Pepino? That would be cool. A theater room full of brain-rotted bocce fans screaming, it's John Hishiku, and proceed. Struggler, all my hype that I just had. Ooh. Ooh, my internal cringe just there. Is Alan Wake eligible? Yes. No, don't worry, Hannah. I've got it. I still got it in my head. It's funny you say that because someone commented the other day, and this isn't me at all ragging on this person or anything. I just found it funny because they think I'm more cultured than I actually am. Or, like, they think I'm more worldly than I actually am. I'm just finding a comment. So here it is. So, in my top 150 antagonists of all time finale... That's so funny. Anyway, hello, Power Flare. Hello. Someone said, is this only manga and TV/movies? Not a lot of conventional literature at all there, even though it's also just fictional, just like a manga. This sounded at first like a more media-spanning list, but there's essentially no belletristic or theater here whatsoever. And I'm just like, first of all, you didn't even mention the video game elephant in the room, which is it's the most prevalent medium. But again, I'm not ragging on this. This is totally fun. I just found it funny because I'm just like, do you think I know what belletristic is? I had no clue what that is. I had to Google it. It's like it's like some German, I don't know, German literature, German word for literature. I don't even know what it is. I looked it up and I'm like, man, I am not as worldly as you think I am. So I found that very funny. And then also I'm just like, I've gone to theater, but theater productions are not my top 100 fiction. I was like, you might have to go to a different channel if you're looking for belletristic, because I don't know what that is. Thank you, Phantom, for the 100 bits. I finally decided to start Haikyuu. Really enjoying it so far. I'm on episode 2. Kageyama and Hinata are a really interesting dynamic so far, and Tanaka, kind of a funny dude. Agree with all the above. I hope you continue to enjoy it. Thank you for the bits. As you guys know, it is one of my favorite stories ever. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the rest. It only exponentially gets more and more masterful. Hello, Paladin. I predict Expedition 33 to be at least top 30. It's good you mentioned that, because I need to quickly check a few predictions that people did and read them out. Brush up on my Victorian theater. Yeah, again, no problem with loving that stuff at all. I just thought it was funny because it's just like, maybe later in life, but as of right now, I'm not the person to go to for that. Yeah, I just talked about it. You might want to go back a little bit in the VOD, Monobagel. If you want my little blurb on it, but it was cool. It looked good. Hello, Bunger. Is the whole list today? No, like we've been doing for the last couple weeks, we will do half of the list today and half on Wednesday. Oda from One Piece or Tolstoy from War and Peace? Tolstoy. My goat. Which Cyberpunk OST is that? Name on screen, as always. The Barber of Seville. I have heard of that one. Old AJ will have a top 100, mainly consisting of plays he will outgrow silly games and stuff. True. There are already quite a few mediums represented. There are! There really are. Anime, manga, TV shows, video games, movies, visual novels, books. Well, I guess that's it. 7. Is there any more? That might be it. Oh no, there's actually a play. There is a play. We have 8. We have 8. We have 8. I actually have Shakespeare on this list. So I have a couple of redeems to answer before we get into it. But just to put up my list from last year, you can check this yourself by doing the top 100 command in chat. But just to show you last year's list, this is how it shook out last year. Almost a year to the day. Shakespeare is legitimately on this list this year. Play representation. Rated Dynamics, Sakura, and Shido. S? Ask me anything about YouTube and Twitch. Top 100 Twitch chatters or YouTube commenters. Sorry, Zalmaza, I'm incapable of listing 100 people. Or I could, but we would not do anything in this list if I did. When are we doing the top 100 belletristic literature? What is it? I actually love it because it's actually opened my eyes to a new form of fiction, media. Maybe next year. Maybe this time next year. And how do I creatively reset myself after a long video project? I force myself to not do any work for... Depends on how long, but like, for example, after my Harry Potter 3+ hour thing, my Final Fantasy VII Remake 3+ hour thing, my Rebirth 9-hour thing, I literally had to just force myself to not do any video work for a month. Literally don't think anything, don't write anything, don't record, don't edit, nothing. Akane Bonishi was 85. It was. It had gone up 15 spots. There's apparently an anime adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo. I saw it like 7-8 years ago. It used to be like a favorite. I used to talk about it a lot. I still think it's very good. Genkatsuo, yeah. Hello, Nino. Yeah, Cyberpunk got a hella high ranking last year. 13. So for this year, and again, you can check out this top 100 list to see the protagonists and antagonists we've done, how those shook out. Tons of fun, both of them. So this year, I think it's fair to say that my doors opened. Oh, what a great picture. This year, for top 100 fiction, my door opened, yeah. It is fair to say that, yeah. Wait, Pepino, are you serious? Did you write something? Did you write something? That's amazing, if so. So this year, in terms of the currency, hello Radius, in terms of the currency, you did? That's amazing, Pepino. Congratulations. That's so cool. That's so cool. That's amazing. That's incredible. Yeah, I need to look into that thread more than I do. Pepino, already in Heart and Soul. Haven't read a page, but... I mean, notably, there are literally creators in this chat, in this community, who write stories that I have experienced. Maybe one day I'll try to check out Pepino's, but I mean, right here. I don't know if D's still here. I think D's still here. Read the first 4 chapters of Grey Is. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, Bunger, for the streak. Hello to me. 20k words of an Emmett Warrior of Light fanfic, which I have read. Well, maybe not all of it, but I've read big portions of it. This is last year's list, yes. So, sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. What's notable is this year, the currency, the economy in this top 100 is, roughly, I said for antagonist list, minus 15 to 20 is more or less stable. I said for protagonist, minus 10 to 15 is more or less stable. I think for fiction, minus 10 is more or less stable. About minus 10, and I feel the same amount of love for it this year as last year. Because there's been a lot of new entries, a lot of big rises, some big falls, but if it's minus 10, it's honestly looking pretty good. Until you get to like top 40 or 50 or so. Then it's a bit different because there's less. But yeah, minus 10, we're looking good. If it's like minus 5-ish, or less than that, or even staying stable, or higher, obviously, it's a rise. I wonder if there are juicy falls. I think there are. Did we recover from the One Piece chapter? Nope. Still recovering. Rated Dynamic Kiritsugu and Saber, double S. Rated Dynamic Subaru and Ram, A. And thank you for the streak, Bunger. You're excited for the juicy falls? I'm not, because then it's inevitable that people will go, damn, X fell off, and I'm going to feel bad about it because I still love them. But it's natural that people are going to say that because there are big falls. So I'm just burying myself to be like, I still love it. A Song of Ice and Fire drop? We'll see. Rated Dynamic Emu and Loki? Cooking. I don't know. I would guess somewhere between A and S, but it's still very much cooking. Yeah. Prinzip asked, what constitutes the difference between a series being in here, Pirates of the Caribbean original trilogy, versus the same IP getting different entries like Super Mario Sunshine or the Zelda games? Vibes. Pure vibes. Like, if my feeling... So, if something from the same series, if my feelings on it are consistent, if it feels like the games or stories within it flow into one another, and my feelings on them are consistent enough throughout them for it to feel like it is holistically works as one entry, I will do it. Like with the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, I love all three movies. I think they follow a very coherent storyline. I think they flow into each other well. So I put them together. But for instance, and same reason why I put Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask together. I think Majora's Mask is a better game than Ocarina of Time, but to me it's one consistent storyline for which my holistic feelings, can be represented through including them together. However, Twilight Princess, despite I think working as a sequel to that, my feelings for Twilight Princess are very distinct from my feelings for those two. So I separate it. So it's basically dependent on my feelings and how I feel about the games and my emotional connection to them and how distinct they are from one another. And I just make some sort of vibes-based assessment based on that. Are Alan Wake and Alan Wake 1 and 2 separate? I guess we'll see. No, I answered that already. The whole Remedy universe is together. Let me see the top 5. You can check it out yourself. Just type top 100 in chat. You'll be taken to this list, and you can look at any of the ones from last year. But I'm gonna get rid of this now because this is last year's. I don't want to confuse anyone just coming in. But this is last year's. So we need to get started, actually. But is there any more redeems? Thank you, Geo! Thank you, Geo, for also backing up Spyro Season of Fire or Flame this morning. And for the 39-month resub. Sorry for not dropping in the recent streams. Hope the top 100 is going great. It's going very well. Thank you so much. Kaname Tosen or Kabuto Yakushi? Kabuto. Ichi stream. I'm very much looking forward. Time Lord with a redeem? I think I missed it. Has anything ever dropped down a lot then risen up the next year? Probably. Will we have an update on the almost favorites on Backlogged? Yes. My favorites list and my almost favorites list will both be updated. What's my favorite Pirates of the Caribbean film? Might be Dead Man's Chest. It might be Dead Man's Chest, but it could be any of the three. So, these are this year's honorable mentions, by the way. What rank was Trails last year? You can check. I don't remember. 70-something? But yeah, so the reason I link the list is so you guys can check yourself to cross-reference. Once in a while, I'll check myself, but I can't be going back and forth all the time, so it's there to check at your leisure. Are the honorable mentions in order? No, they're just completely random. So some interesting things to mention here are like new additions. The Summer Hikaru died. Until Then, the video game. Marty Supreme, the movie. Ikoku Nikki, the anime. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Trails, the Trails series was last year in the top 100. I don't remember exactly where. Oh, there it is, 70. Someone was just asking. It was 70. But now it's honorable mentions. Spider-Verse was 81. Now it's honorable mentions, so those are some notable drops. 100 Meters, incredible movie. Incredible movie. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was on the list last year. Slight drop. It was near the bottom of the list. 100 Meters is incredible. Warrior is a movie. There's a lot of movies in here. Warrior is a movie with Tom Hardy and I forgot the other actor's name. It's a great movie. Hello, Andres. I can't believe we got BL on the top 100 list. I was going to make a Blue Lock joke. Like, Blue Lock was there last year. But no, in seriousness, we do. For anyone who hasn't seen it, yeah, someone just asked about the anime or the manga. The Summer Hikaru Died was one of the best anime I saw last year. It's incredible. It's got this incredibly honest, raw, toxic, selfish, dark, imperfectly perfect, genuine, authentic, dense dynamic that is so, it makes you feel horrible but also amazing. It makes you feel like incredibly sympathetic. It does great things with grief and youth. It's an incredible story. Is Chainsaw Man in the honorable mentions? I don't see it. Insane that I haven't read it yet? Mel! You gotta read that. Oh my gosh, Mel, you're one of the people who I think would really enjoy it. Specifically from what I've seen from the manga. It's incredibly twisted. Chance of ReZero rising next year after this season? That's down to... There's always a chance of anything. There's a chance for anything. It's all dependent on how good ReZero is for Season 4. So yeah, if ReZero's an 11 out of 10, guarantee it'll rise. ReZero Season 4, guarantee it'll rise, absolutely. But it's mostly down to it. or my perception of it. The year Trails dropped out of my top 1 this year is the year it dropped out of the list. The economy really is down. So the thing is, last year, how's the progress of the ranking? No progress, just showing the honorable mention so far. Chance of the boys rising after the season? Well, there's a chance. Man, you guys love playing on my, like, one of the 2 or 3 series I'm actually a hater for. It doesn't happen often, so you gotta use it all up. So the thing with Trails is, this time last year, I was coming off Cold Steel 4, which is a really good game. I have lots of problems with it, but I still think it's really good. Trails into Reverie, which was an incredible game. Trails Through Daybreak, I was like halfway through and I was loving it. And so I was on the biggest Trails high at this point last year. Since then, though, I played Trails Through Daybreak, which is a solid enough game, but it's one of the weakest in the series, Daybreak 2. And then I played through Beyond the Horizon, which is around the middle for me in this series, but was overall a disappointment because my stocks were higher. I have like a 45-minute video talking about my criticisms of it, and the things I love about it as well, but overall, Trails Beyond the Horizon was a disappointment for me. So, since last year's list, I played 2 Trails games that have dragged it down, which is why it's only in the honorable mentions. The people want you to be more of a hater. They do, but I will not submit. Homelander snapping next episode? No, I agree with that, Go. Also, hello, Go. I agree with that. Oh yeah, and also, Ray, you're right. I played the Sky remake, and I was not a fan. So 3 Trails games I played since then, and all 3 of them were a net, well, dragged it down. But still, really, I still love individual games in the series, still really enjoy the series as a whole. It's just, I want the series to improve and streamline things and polish things and start being a bit bolder and just progress. Because I have some criticisms that have kind of been there for a while. Hello, Elbe, thank you for the streak. Oh, that's amazing, Elbe. I won't... Fiction is the least spoilery lists, so I don't think you have much to fear unless people ask me. Are they mostly 9 out of 10s? Sorry, I'm stumbling. Most of these are 9 out of 10. Some of them are 8s. I'd say it's kind of split between 9 out of 10... like 60% 9 out of 10s. Honestly, there are a couple of 10s. Mostly 9s, a few 8s, a couple of 10s, and a couple of 7s, actually. What are the 10s? Fight Club, The Dark Knight. Those are the 2 I can see. Macbeth is a strong 6 out of 10, not enough aura farming? Slander. Ban Mel, please. Do I prefer Dark Souls 1 or 3? 3. Spider-Verse? Probably not a 10. Yeah, the scale for films for me is lower. Oh, Mel has too much aura? Damn. Spider-Man 2 isn't a 10. And then these 2, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim and The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, to me those are 7 out of 10s, but good God do I love them. I had to include them. They mean too much to me. The things they do well are so good. And I'm so nostalgic for them. I love them. They're not great. I'd give them 7 out of 10. However, they have to be on this list. And Trish just said, is Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith the best Star Wars movie? Yes. In my opinion, yes. How much did I enjoy Morty Supreme? I loved it. It was one of my favorite experiences of 2025. Or either the end of 2025, beginning of 2026, whenever I watched it. I think it was end of 2025. It was awesome. I really loved it. I loved it almost as much as my favorite film of the year, which was One Battle After Another. Me too, Mel. Ouran High School Host Club, it's always here. That anime means so much to me. I love Ouran. One day Hannah is going to watch it, and I will be so happy to be able to rewatch it. Is the Spider-Verse drop just because you need to see where it goes for part 3? No, I think I just realized that it doesn't mean as much to me as the other ones, around it, that were around it, in and around spot 80. I just don't care. I care about it immensely, but I don't love it as much as those. Hannah has not seen Ouran, no. Yeah, I rewatched There Will Be Blood. And it's a new entry. What else is new? Death Stranding is new. Celeste might be new. One day, Hannah. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing Mass Effect 2. I've been kind of obsessing about playing Mass Effect. Instant Island. I've been kind of obsessing about playing Mass Effect lately. And Reload 2. What do I rate Oppenheimer? 10. I prefer One Battle After Another over Sinners? Yes. Sinners is a new addition. Love Sinners, incredible movie. Skyrim is a 10 for me, based. Honestly, having Skyrim as a 10 is an incredible take. Presumably every film coming up will be a 10 since the honorable mention ones are. Not necessarily. It doesn't quite work mathematically with this list. A lot of the times it does, but not all the time. That's a general pattern you could probably be confident in, but there are always exceptions. I don't actually remember off the top of my head if that's true or not. But we'll see. Feel free to ask if there's a movie. You might be right, Sebastian, but I'm not sure. So, before we continue, the door's opened again. I need to close this damn window. One sec. The window has been closed. Well, 90%. So, say one nice thing about Pirates of the Caribbean's 4th movie. Set design's pretty good. So, predictions. What would I rate the whole Star Wars prequels? Episodes 1, 2, and 3? Like, as a whole, you mean? Or individually? As a whole? Well, I'd give episode 3 a 9 out of 10. I'd give episode 1 a 7. And I'd give episode 2 an 8. So I guess on average an 8. What did D predict? Oh man, D has been literally exactly right for the first 2 predictions. Let me just read a couple. I can't see a story that is not 10 out of 10 ranking high for emotional value, experience, or nostalgia, right? Generally, I can't see a story that is not 10 out of 10 ranking high for emotional value, experience, or nostalgia. Oh, I can see. Right. I can see a story that is not 10 out of 10 ranking high. Yes, exactly. Definitely. So, like I said, there are 2 7s in my honorable mentions, which is them punching up their weight hugely. So same deal. There's gonna be in this list. There's gonna be 9s ahead of 10s. Another one is Silent Hill F. I really, really enjoyed Silent Hill F. I would give it an 8 out of 10. But it's there next to 9s. Have I watched Transformers 1? Like the one with Shia LaBeouf? Oh, it's an animated film. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Sorry, I haven't seen that one. Okay. Top 100 fiction. Here's some predictions. Slight Umineko drop. Clair Obscur, top 20 to 30. Let's see. Dragon Ball in the top 100. I think Bleach will be in top 4. That's crazy. That is bold. I like that one. Did I even say anything else but Hunter x Hunter top 1? I'm not sure. Someone just wrote The Legend of Korra, based. Kagurabachi makes the list, says someone. Umineko drop, I believe. We'll see. These is a bunch of them. This is... I don't know if they want me to say, but either way, I'll read a few of these. Biggest new entry for fiction will be Clair Obscur Expedition 33 or Red Dead Redemption 2. Both will be at least in the top 35. Deltarune will separate from Undertale and be somewhere in Tier 3. Tokyo Ghoul will be in Tier 8 or 7. Dragon Ball will be in Honorable Mentions. JoJo's Part 7 will be in Tier 5 or 6. The Wire will be at least Tier 3. Andor will be at least Tier 4. Chainsaw Man movie and just Part 1 of Chainsaw Man will be in the main list. Chrono Cross will be on the main list. Metaphor ReFantazio will be anywhere between Tier 6 to 8. One Battle After Another will be in the main list. Sinners and Marty Supreme will be in Honorable Mentions, that was right. Blue Period will rise a couple of spots, JJK will rise by some spots, and be put together with Modulo. Akane Banashi will rise into a higher tier. Bleach will slightly rise ahead of Naruto. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles will rise 3 tiers. Beastars will drop by at least 5 spots, maybe more. Trails will have a drop too. Andres says, Hunter x Hunter top 1. Let's see. I'll do a couple more. Gasanov. A couple of Gasanov ones. Kagurabachi in top 60. Dragon Ball below 60. Akane Banashi up by 10 places. JJK getting elevated through 5 places. Tokyo Ghoul, tier 4. One Piece moving up 7 places. Monogatari drop by 3 or 4 spots. And let's do a couple more. Akane Banashi upscale, says Raph. Steel Ball Run, top 80. Red Dead Redemption 2, top 50, minimum. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 moves in some way. Beastars gets a significant downscale. Methverse doesn't rise in mentions, in placement. Ikoku Nikki in 100 meters in honorable mentions. That was a good one. Red Dead Redemption 2 is 17th, someone said. Sarah, I found yours. The Pit in honorable mentions. There will be Blood in honorable mentions. Until then in tier 8. Dragon Ball in tier 8. Kagurabachi in tier 7. Death Stranding in tier 7. Alan Wake in tier 7. Tokyo Ghoul in tier 6. Steel Ball Run in tier 5. JJK in tier 4. Undertale and Deltarune chapters 1 to 4 in tier 3. Red Dead 2 in tier 2. Expedition 33 in tier 2. And we'll do one more. D says Red Dead 2 in tier 1.5. We gotta keep up with these. And Hannah says, Paper Mario Rise, Red Dead Redemption 2 highest new entry. Fire Emblem Three Houses is replaced by Fire Emblem Fates for some reason. Andor will be on the list. Bleach top 1 of the top 3. Haikyuu Rise, and Rakugo goes up. You did predict it, yeah. Okay, let's do it. You're putting money on JJK over Steel Ball Run by 3 spots to make Twitter mad? Oh, Twitter hated that I put JJK. Twitter hated that I said JJK and Steel Ball Run were the same ranking. They hated that. They were both 9 out of 10s for me. Couldn't stand it. Say one nice thing about Dawn Trail. Really good ideas throughout. One character in it who could genuinely have been like top 15, 20 in the whole story. With slightly different execution. And that's not me speaking negatively, that's me saying there's immense juice there. The stream will be awesome. I'm sure I'll be right. I hope so, Hugs. I hope you like it, Weaver. Did I see the 14 FanFest keynotes? No, I just saw the trailer. The trailer for the, for Evercold. Okay, let's do it. Just missed out. Just missed out tier? Here we are. Final Fantasy Tactics, The Evilise Chronicles, which just got a new release, a remaster, which bumped it up from honorable mentions. Violet Evergarden, The Pit, fantastic new show, which I was so glad to be introduced to this past year. From Hannah, introduced it to me. Chrono Cross. Incredible game, tons of flaws, tons of problems, but my god, the things Chrono Cross does well. Good god, does it do it well. It is so ambitious, and it gets so much right, and it has me brain-rotting like mad over its ideas. Danganronpa V3, fantastic game, which I need to actually re-experience again. I would love to re-experience to refresh my thoughts on it, but as it stands, love it. Super Paper Mario, great game, childhood-defining. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. I've talked about this recently, in videos actually, that I want to replay this game, because I only have vague memories of a lot of it, and I just generally know I really like the game, I love the game generally, but the specifics are not there, and I need to re-experience them, which is why I'm actually starting a KOTOR playthrough, like tomorrow or something, and, KOTOR 2 playthrough after that. Replay. One battle after another. My favorite movie of the year. Orb, On the Movements of the Earth, and The Remedy Connected Universe. Alan Wake 1, 2, all associated DLCs, and Control. A great new addition that I experienced this past year, and thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed. This is a really cool tier. Me too, Downpour. I'm sure I will. We need you to continue 100 line instead. I will one day. I will. You finished it a couple months ago? V3 is so good. Yeah. Chrono Cross specifically, I'm really glad that I have the Pit and Chrono Cross on this. Chrono Cross is a classic game that I had been wanting to get to for years, just because it's such a nice, such a. I don't know. To me, it's iconic. To me, it's a cult classic, and it's kind of a black sheep in a few ways. And I just wanted to get to it. It's one of those late 90s, early 2000s games that I really want to experience, just like Xenogears. And I was so glad to get to it this year, and I think it's fantastic. The way it's had me thinking about its ideas, like deep into the night. I've lost sleep over it. It's got tons of problems, like I said. I put out a media thread tweet about it a few months ago when I finished it. It's got lots of problems, but man, the stuff it does right, it's totally deserving of being on this list. Is Apollo Justice not an honorable mention? or just the OG trilogy? All that it says, so the OG trilogy. I did, D, I did. No, I'm glad it's very different from Chrono Trigger. I wouldn't want them to try a Chrono Trigger Part 2. What's the highest praise you're able to give a game on this tier? I wish that I had an episode of The Pit to watch every week for the rest of my life. The Pit Season 1 was a sublime first season. Season 2, I think, is a half step below it for a couple of reasons. I think the cast prioritization is not quite on point. There are some strange scenes here and there that just feel a little off. But by and large, it's still a fantastic season of TV, and overall, The Pit is now like a favorite TV show. And whenever we don't have The Pit to watch, it feels empty to me. Yeah, so those are the honorable mentions, and these are just missed out before we get to the main list. Feel free to ask any questions or redeems about any of this stuff, but yeah, that's about it. Lots of new entries. The remaster for Ivalice Chronicles, The Pit, Chrono Cross, Knights of the Old Republic 2 from honorable mentions, One Battle After Another, Alan Wake. I never watched House. I'm not sure. Okay. So let me just make sure I'm not spoiling, but we can get started on the proper list. So, I did say -10 is standard for my feelings on it are about the same as last year. And that is the case with one of the best romances I've ever seen. One of my favorite anime, one of the most interestingly, abstractly directed anime, Kare Kano. Watched this a good few years ago, and it's been on the list consistently ever since. It's amazing. Yeah, Trish, experiencing it was really cool over the past year. Does it being incomplete hold it back somewhat? Kare Kano? No, I wouldn't say so. I think there's some anime or manga for which it being incomplete makes me sort of lowball it, or be like, I need to see how certain things pay off. And you'll see some of them going forward that would be higher if they were completed with the same amount of quality and payoff. But Kare Kano is not one of them, I don't think. Hello, Nero. If anyone's a fan of sort of abstract direction, honestly really cutesy stuff, but also incredibly dense character psychology exploration, and just a really, really deliberate, kind of strangely methodical romance, which I really, really, like, just sunk my teeth into. I really, really enjoyed it. What makes it so strong? Yeah, kind of what I mentioned, which is I think that there is so much detail paid to in each sort of micro moment, what each of the two is feeling about the other, about their own psychological situation. It's like, it feels to me like the story consistently checks in with the same 3 or 4 variables at any given snapshot of the story to see how things are progressing, slowly but surely, in a way that doesn't feel as mechanical as I'm making it sound, that's really natural and organic, but just gives you a fully fleshed out idea of both characters and how they feel about each other and their psychological situation. What's up, Cal? What's up, Quicksilver? Welcome in. It's directed by Hideaki Anno, yes. I forgot we have to do bets for a second. It's a good thing I remembered. Okay. I'm not going to do it just yet, but just keeping it in mind. I'll do a bet really quickly, actually, between 102 and 103. Has anyone asked you about that Isayama comment? No. I don't think I know of any new comments from Isayama. Oh, wait, is it the thing where he said that he's, like, he feels like his ending was, the ending of the manga was a little, flawed or insincere or something? Because I saw that one. It's kind of like Kaguya, yeah. Just a very different tone overall, but once in a while it can feel like Kaguya, for sure. Yeah, I've seen those comments. I've said for years now, Isayama's biggest flaw is his inability to have confidence in himself. It kind of kills me how little he values his own work, because I disagree with him. I straight up disagree. I think the ending's phenomenal. I don't think there's anything insincere about Eren or the ending or any of that. And, I don't know, maybe he just genuinely thinks it's flawed, but I don't know. I disagree with him. And I think he kind of looks down on his own work a little too much. I don't think I've seen that one, Pepino. But yeah, I've seen the recent quote. But yeah, to your point, I wouldn't change a thing about Eren. So I'm so glad that it went the way that it did. Okay, 105 is a new entry. No, it is very artist-coded. That's why I have lots of sympathy for him, Quicksilver. I can imagine how difficult that must be. Oh, this isn't a new entry, sorry, I miscounted. Final Fantasy VIII. Someone in chat is actually currently playing this. I know that game. A mainstay, a genuine mainstay, down to which, if you noted my talk of the economy, the current economy, is a bit of a rise. Final Fantasy VIII to this day is, thank you Etruscan for the 3-stream streak, by the way, is incredibly, I think, undervalued and underrated, even to this day, when I think people have kind of started turning around to it. Yeah, the gameplay is kind of a little raw and rough in places and unpolished. But my god, the plot, the story is genuinely incredibly impressive to me. I think the plot is phenomenal. I think the cast of characters is just, there are no duds whatsoever. I think everyone's at the very least good. And at the best, like, amazing. I adore Squall. I adore Laguna, Renoa, Cypher, and the music is one of Uematsu's best soundtracks to me, and just all in all, I think it's an incredibly solid package that I do have a lot of emotional connection and nostalgia for, because it was one of the first Final Fantasy games I ever had exposure to, maybe the first, but it's just genuinely a fantastic game, and my favorite thing about it is the tone. To answer what Andres is saying, my favorite thing about it is the vibe. The vibe and the sense of place it establishes through its atmosphere and presentation details. I could just lose myself in it. But it has genuinely really incredible psychological dissections of Squall in particular. Great dynamics all over the place. Great music, great visuals. The background art is to die for. Like I said, a fantastic plot. I think the plot is so good. And I think the only thing really holding it back from being a bit higher is that it does everything very well. I think the things that it's truly masterful at, it's masterful at fewer things than the stuff above it, I guess. It's masterful at 2 or 3 things, and the stuff above it is masterful at 3 or 4 things, maybe. Base Dohawk. Do I remember the first RPG I played? I do. It was Pokemon Red. Pokemon Red. This? Yeah, I did see this one, yep. I did see this one. Yeah, I disagree with him. But it's the things he feels about Attack on Titan are very, like we were saying, artist coded. So yeah, FF8. Now for real, the first new addition to the list proper is another grand sprawling JRPG. I'll just put this out there and then I'll read Hannah's message. I haven't finished it, obviously, and I've only played FF7 as an older FF, but I'm so impressed in FF8's relationship and dynamics comparatively. As much as I enjoyed 7, the deepness and confidence to portray depression and malaise so well is not something I would have expected after FF7 OG. So the thing, actually, that's a great point, because I think that there are several things that FF8 is better than FF7 OG at, and character dynamics and, like, the drama, the relationship drama between the characters is absolutely one of them. I think there's a sensitivity and a deliberate amount of detail applied to that is not as present in FF7 OG, though I think part of the reason for that is because the translation for FF7 OG is so bad. I think there's so much character writing that is diluted in the OG because the translation is just really bad. But it is what it is, and given the products we have, I think FF8 genuinely has better overall dynamics across characters. And honestly, there's a lot that I think FF8 is slightly superior in to FF7. They're closer to me than most people would have them. What's up, Raph? I read one of your predictions. Yeah, sometimes the translation for OG, like, at its best across a stretch, it's, like, fine. At its best. At its worst, it is legitimately incomprehensible, which really is too bad. Yeah, FF8's, I agree. The dynamics between the party are really rich, and FF7 doesn't have that outside of, I think, Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, and Barret. But I think FF8 just has more of that, and it's better communicated because of the translation. Yeah, I literally missed out on important context from FF7 because of the localization. Oh, okay. So sorry. Hello, Ophi. There's something personal about writing that it's hard to not continuously have doubts about, just like we continuously have doubts about ourselves. Absolutely. And I think you can tell that Isayama struggles with that a lot, which I do have sympathy for. I don't know, hopefully you can make more peace with it down the line. Yeah, I think there is something, there's some kind of new translation for FF7, like Downpour says. I know there's a mod that translates it properly. It's not something that super enticed me, that mod, I guess. But maybe the new version is different, I'm not sure. Xenoblade Chronicle 3 is honorable mentions. Okay, Metaphor ReFantazio. What a great journey this was in the past year and a half. Totally adored the gameplay, the world, the thematic, the really abstract, interesting way of communicating thematics, and the joy and beauty and empowerment of stories and fantasy. Just super one-to-one for my own personal philosophies when it comes to fiction. And it's all spearhead. Well, there's a great party. Gallica is, to answer Soul Samurai's Redeem, Gallica is straight up my favorite Atlas companion, if that makes sense. By far, by so much. My god. I adore her beyond words. She's one of the best characters in the story for so many different reasons. I don't want to say too much about Metaphor because there's so many plot twists that add new layers to the characters and new depths and all this sort of thing. So I don't want to talk about it in depth, but Gallica is absolutely one of the best characters. I adore her. It's spearheaded by one of my favorite characters in gaming, which is Luis. Yes, he's my favorite character in Metaphor. He's just unbelievable. He's in my antagonist list. And to answer Trish's question, say one nice thing about Metaphor's protagonist. How do I say? Okay, I was gonna say something that was a bit too spoilery. I'll say this. One of my favorite examples of a character that celebrates the beauty and life-saving power of stories in a game. And the gameplay's so much fun. Oh, I really loved it. The most personality of any Atlas protagonist? Probably. Like, overtly, yeah. I played Metaphor after playing Expedition 33. Like, they were right next to each other, and it was so cool to be able to play those two systems back to back. I really like press turn. It's so punishing. Man, I got my ass rocked so many times throughout that game, but it was so fun. Persona gameplay or Metaphor gameplay? Probably Metaphor, but that's only because I think I'm less used to it. Is there something that holds the game back from being higher? Usually if something's here on the list, it's a lack of, kind of what I said about FF8. It's a lack of, maybe it's very good or great in most aspects, but maybe it lacks being masterful in as many aspects as the stuff above it. So for example, I think Metaphor's OST is really good. I don't think it's masterful. I think Metaphor's cast beyond the top 7 or 8, maybe a bit higher than that, is good, but if I look at like the cast of Final Fantasy XIV or something like Rebirth or something like even Disco Elysium or something like that, the casts are just generally to a bit of a higher quality. So yeah, it's just, it doesn't have, it's a lack of lots of very good or great, a bit of a lack of masterful stuff that other things might have. Too many status effects? I've been pissed off by status effects in Metaphor. It happens. Yeah, I think what Simba says is very true. I think the expansion it made upon other Atlas games and other Atlas systems, and from what I can tell, they marriaged... I have never played SMT, but from what I can tell, they marriaged SMT elements into the battle system and expanded upon the sort of progression systems. I thought it was so much fun. It's the most fun I've had with leveling and progressing in an Atlas game, and then playing it was super satisfying. Did it age well for me once I finished it? It aged like... I wouldn't say it aged super well. I wouldn't say it aged badly. It aged fine, you know? It didn't elevate or go down. There's nothing that hits on the level, a personal level, like any of Persona 3 to 5 do for me. I don't have any problem with the social link structure. And I actually think the social links in Metaphor are generally on a higher quality of Persona games overall, but I do agree that there are no characters that move my soul, like Maruki in Persona 5, or even like Akechi from Persona 5, or even like Haru, like on a personal level, or like most of Persona 3's cast. Hate it, Downpour. No, Metaphor is hard. It's a hard game. I think it's hard. Oh, Hannah, there have been so many times during my streams where I just start a battle, and I like look away, I look to chat, and I go, and I look back and I'm dead. I'm dead. I was full health and I'm just destroyed. In 5 seconds, I'm gone. I was like, how the hell did that happen? My God. And I was playing on normal. Cinema, love it. It's peak. Why hasn't Persona 4 ever been in my favorites list? It's just never been a favorite. I think it's a good game, with some really high highs. And like it has the best, I think it has the best atmosphere of any setting in a Persona game. But I have too many problems with it for it to be a favorite. I really like that there are 1 or 2 really bad social links in Persona games, because that do be life sometimes. That's true. That's true. I feel that, Ray. I feel that. No, me too, Trish. And I'd love to replay it on hard difficulty. Now that I kind of know what it's about. Haru Okumura or Luis Guillaburn? Luis. I adore Haru so much, but Luis. Kenji? I think Kenji's good. Sometimes you just hang out with the lamest people you know, so yeah. There were times I was really fighting for my life in Metaphor. Like, there's this one dungeon where I was actually, like, crying on stream. I'm like, guys, this is fucking me up. Real talk, I'm being fucked up. Do you guys remember that? I was, like, crying. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, Hannah has strong feelings about Kenji. I went to a side dungeon in bad weather and wanted to fucking die. Oh, that's the Metaphor experience. The optional super boss destroyed me. Destroyed me. The fish! What's the biggest stinker social link in Persona 5 for me? Am I forgetting a really bad one? Because I think I just want to say the gamer kid. It's the kid, yeah. I can't stand the gamer kid's voice. Oh, Oya's bad, yeah. Oya I don't like. It might be Oya. Remember when we couldn't finish the final boss because it was too hard and we had to do one more stream for Metaphor? Yeah. I was fighting for my life. I think Oya's is pretty... Makoto's is pretty bad? Makoto's to me is just kind of... doesn't add much. Makoto's is kind of unambitious. Makoto's is disappointing to me. But I don't think there's, like, bad stuff to it. For me, the kid was actively uninteresting because I couldn't stand his voice, and Oya just made me cringe, and Kawakami's... I mean, Kawakami's as... you know. Kawakami's... The themes with Kawakami stuff is... whew, boy, oh boy, what are we doing here? Yeah, this is a banger song. I'm glad you guys enjoy. It is nothing ever... I get that, Pepino. Makoto's is kind of like boring. It's kind of just boring. No, the thing is, Kawakami does have genuinely really interesting character work. And then there's the other stuff in it. That's just like, well, what about the whole theme of the first arc? Exactly, Grootly, yeah. The politician, I like him. I forgot his name. It's funny, I played Persona 5 Vanilla, and I literally didn't know he existed. I just missed him. Then I played Persona 5 Royal, and I thought that he was an added character in Royal. But I like him. Same, Ovi? That's so funny. Yoshida. Yes, that's definitely it, Trish. Kawakami exists for people that don't self-insert as Joker and want someone from their own age. That's the vibes I get from her social link. That's definitely it, and it's also for people who love the older woman, teacher, person in power, like, taboo nature of that. Like, it's definitely a fetish thing, too. And, like, I definitely get the reasons why it's there. It just thematically is contradictory and strange and concerning in ways. That's funny, Elbe. Gun Guy, I do like him. My favorite social links were Akechi's and Maruki's. I really liked Haru's as well. I like Ryuji's. I like Yusuke's. Those are some really good ones. Yoshida as well. Real Hotaro. Akechi, my beloved Yaoi? Real. Who has your favorite link and metaphor? Yeah, I think Persona 5 has the weakest social links too. Well, 4 or 5. 4 or 5. All I know is 3 has the best ones. 3 has the best ones for sure out of the Personas. Sorry, yeah, Akechi and Maruki are unbelievable. Akinari is in P3, that alone. Sorry, my favorite link and metaphor. Let me see. I had a very clear answer for this when I played, I believe. I don't remember what it would be. Does anyone remember what I said? Oh, Alonso's is great. Alonso's is really shockingly great. But I think it might be Stroll, yeah. I also really liked Heismay's. Heismay's is really up there. Stroll's is really up there. It's one of those. Alonso's is shockingly good, though. Oh, Basilio's is really good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Basilio's is incredible. It might be Basilio. But Heismay's is really good, too. It's one of those. Yeah, Stroll's is great. Maria's is great. 3's has my second favorites, but that's also kind of because 3 doesn't have... Yeah, 3, I agree with what Hannah says. I think 3 is the Persona that needs social links the least, because they have so much character work outside of them. And so it's great to have this additional stuff, and some of this is required to understand the full scope of what the game is, like Akinari. You cannot have Persona 3 without Akinari. But in terms of the main cast, a lot of it's additive rather than stuff... Rather than the characters and the cast would be amazing without it. Say one nice thing about Hulkenberg? Oh my god. Well, Ophi, I don't want to spoil you, but there's an emotional conclusion or apex for Hulkenberg that happens in the final, like, leading into the climax of the game that made me genuinely cry. I got so emotional about it. It actually took me aback at how emotional I got. It's actually such one of the most beautiful things in the whole game. The core of it is Hulkenberg. And it isn't the social link, it's just part of the plot. I played 3 or 4 Dragon Quest games. You can check my backlogged if you want to know the exact ones. I believe it's 5, 8, and 11. Well, you can check just to make sure if you want to. Dragon Quest 11 is actually here, I believe. Yep, it's right here. Awesome game. Me too, Ray, yeah. And I think Persona 3 and Persona 4 have a common theme with the social links, and 5 doesn't really. You can kind of argue for it, but I think it's less tangible. I'm so glad, Epic Knuckles, because that moment is unbelievable. Rated dynamic between Luis and the main character? It's the best one, I think. Double S? For Metaphor Go? Are you talking about Metaphor or Persona? Yes, okay. How do I feel about the social links dynamic with the main story? Do you feel them necessary to round up the main characters, or more like an additive to their layers? I think it depends on the character, but generally I consider them to be more essential to the story, less additive. No, I agree, Mari. I agree for sure. The party characters in particular? Yes. So that's what I think. I think some of the story would feel incomplete without it. Specifically, like, Basilios. Heizme. I think it feels like a little like it's missing something. What do I think about the dungeons in Persona 3 and 4? Can't stand Tartarus. But it's not like I hate it. Like, you know, I just think it's not like it's a huge negative, but it's definitely bad to me, personally, and really monotonous and boring, and I throw in a podcast when I was playing through it, or a video or something. I think it's better in Persona 5 Royal. But, like, it's fine. It's not like Reload make me like Tartarus. I'm interested to see what Reload does with it. That's cool. I'm surprised, like, the brothers don't. Because to me, they're really emotional, the brothers. Okay, do we want to do a bet? Do we want to do a bet? I do. This one's really fun, actually, I think. This one's really fun. So, Digimon seasons 1 to 3, which has risen up from the honorable mentions, or a new edition, Tokyo Ghoul. Part 1, not including Ri. Not Yu-Gi-Oh, no. I just last night finished my reread of Tokyo Ghoul's Owl Suppression arc. Incredible. Honestly, if Tokyo Ghoul ended before Owl Suppression, it would be honorable mentions at best. But Owl like, I still think it's really good and with really great highs, but I would kind of be waiting for something, you know? Owl Suppression is a borderline masterful arc. It's an incredible arc. I adore it so much, and it makes me so excited for Ri. It gives me... The streams for Owl Suppression arc were out of this world. Some of the best... One of my favorite streams I've ever done. It made me feel literally everything. And it really made me go like, holy shit, Tokyo Ghoul is that series, and I cannot wait for Tokyo Ghoul Ri, which starts next week. And Digimon is straight up one of the series most closely tied to my soul. In the past couple of years, have come to terms with the fact that I have been underrating it for most of my life. I experienced it as a kid, felt so much for it, and then grew up and I'm like, yeah, it was great for a kid. As a kid, it was great for kid AJ. And then re-experiencing it with Hannah and thinking about it and makes me go like, no, it's actually just a great story with super underrated, kind of the FF8-like character dynamics that are really raw and genuine and rich. It's full of that. It's such an honest, authentic character drama at times. And it's just fun. and emotional. I'm so glad, Struggler. Anyways, which one is higher on the list? Digimon or Tokyo Ghoul? And regardless of who wins, I think Tokyo Ghoul is in for... I'm really optimistic about Tokyo Ghoul. I think it's in for a huge rise. And I actually think the nostalgia, emotional connection, and just genuinely the quality in Digimon is so strong that it's been growing for the last 2 or 3 years, and I think it'll continue. I would bet on both of these rising, potentially. AJ's Soul versus potential series with recency bias. To be honest, it's been 5 months since Tokyo Ghoul. So I don't think it's that recent. Although I did reread it last night. Last night's reread didn't change its spot. Am I going to be rewatching more Digimon? Probably not. I don't think I'm going to be rewatching it outside of maybe a scene here or there. Okay, what do we got? 60% say Digimon, 40% say Tokyo Ghoul. The answer is... I need to look at the odds versus how many people voted. Oh, really? 20 people voted for Digimon. 45 voted for Tokyo Ghoul. Goodness gracious. Is Jack included? Yeah. Everything from, like, yesterday is included. Someone put in a lot of points? The answer is... There's going to be another one soon, Time Lord. I'm scared. What the hell is it doing? Why isn't it not showing it? Oh, okay, because it goes into the next part of the document. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, we're fine. Tokyo Ghoul. I'm a little unsure on this one. Like, I went back and forth. But I think, like, the last flourishes of Owl Suppression are so moving. The brain rot is so moving. It's just, it's super for, like, I don't know. It's just, my profile picture on Discord has been Sota. Which is more AJ Core? They're both AJ Core in different ways. Okay. Thank you, Twitch, for screwing up my prediction. But I think I can... Okay. Congrats, Tokyo Ghoul Nation. Winning in multiple ways. Say one nice thing about Arima. The Tokyo Ghoul character that makes me brain rot the second most, and I think I think he has maybe the highest ceiling for me in the series, just based off of vibes. The sheer weight and the sheer weight attached to him and the symbolism and all that is it's too magnetic for me, and I have a theory about him. I really have a theory about him that I can't wait to share. Never vote against what AJ experienced on stream. It will win every time. Is that true? Let me see. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I just do it randomly on the cuff. I thought it would be cool to have two series that are really opposite but the same medium next to each other. Or anime manga. Okay, next up. We'll see the next vote. Maybe I'll try to reverse that, or maybe I'll do another layer. Aizen lost to Crollo. That's true. Number 101. Okay, I'm so scared Google Docs is doing me dirty right now. Okay. 101, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Actually, a rise! I'm actually surprised by that. I didn't realize that. Damn, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Oh, sorry, a redeem about Stroll. I missed it. Oh, say one nice thing about Stroll. Top 3 character in the story with one of the best dynamics and one of the most underappreciated dynamics, in my opinion, with Luis. Sorry, Moonless. I know you didn't fuck with Tears of the Kingdom, but I'm glad Breath of the Wild persists. It does. It's a fantastic game. And Tears of the Kingdom actually made me appreciate it more, because I think Tears of the Kingdom is kind of a mess. This has been there every year. Every year. My third or fourth favorite Zelda. Any reason why it holds up? I just think its strengths are ones that I keep coming back to and keep thinking about and reflecting on, and I think it gives you such a novelty in what it does well that other games have tried to replicate since, including its own series, and have just failed at. I think it just captures this incredible mood and vibe and sense of wonder that is hard to find, genuinely. Tears of the Kingdom top 10? We'll see. Resident Evil as a series will be in the top 100 proper for sure. I do want to play a bunch of Resident Evil. Yeah, the ephemeral moment. I played, like, almost every Zelda, Elbe. If you want to see my full Zelda ranking, I have a backlog list for it. Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks are near the bottom. I don't remember exactly where. You can check the list for it, if you want to. They're near the bottom. Do you remember when you first saw a dragon? I do. I remember, like, the first time I realized I loved the game, which was a really, like a storm, and I took cover under the roof of an inn. Oh, the vibes. Rated Dynamic, I'm on Kaneki. Double S, maybe soon to be triple S. Thank you, Hugs. Yeah, I remember that, Moonless. A little late for it, Elijah, but more or less the proper time for it. Welcome in. Hello, Yuki. Tokyo Ghoul did make it at 102. And I don't think it's going to stay there. Number 100. Another new addition. Chainsaw Man Part 1. The Reize movie moved mountains, man. It totally reinvigorated my love for this series. Totally made me remember how much joy I find in the characters and the design, the abstract design, a lot of the progression of the plot, a lot of the incredibly emotional moments. Makima, Power, Aki, Denji, Angel, Reize, Himeno, like it's such a great series, and I so thoroughly love it. And being a little disillusioned and kind of disappointed with Part 2, throughout its run, kind of dampened my love for Chainsaw Man as a whole, but I'm so glad that I experienced the Reize movie because it totally allowed me to realize that I can very distinctly separate it in parts, and if I were to, Chainsaw Man is straight up in my top 100. I know, Part 1s. say this in my YouTube voice. Save me, Chainsaw Man. The pool scene? Everyone talks about the pool scene. I always mention that the festival scene is right up there with me. Right up there with it for me. But yes, both incredible. That movie did so much for me. Yeah, last year we got 100 Meters, Reze movie. I also really liked Infinity Castle. That was fun. What if there's a series that goes from the list, honorable mentions, off the list, and then back on the list? Would it be a plus, an up, or something new entirely? Chainsaw Man did that. Chainsaw Man was on the list, then it disappeared from the list, and now it's back on, so I do a plus. I don't think there's anything to be sad about Simba. Maybe there are lots of people that love Part 2 of Chainsaw Man. Maybe you will as well. And you still have so much to experience within the scope. Let's say you agree with me. There's still so much for you to experience within the scope of Part 1 that I think you'll love. Trails soon? Trails is in honorable mentions. Yeah, Pepino. Lots of people in the community really like Part 2. Pepino's one. Number 99. I think this is the first notable drop. Yeah, I think anything's possible, Elijah. The first notable drop. Naruto down like 70, 80 spots, you think? I'm glad, Raph. Breaking Bad, Beastars. No one's right. It is Kaguya-sama, Love is War. I thoroughly love Kaguya-sama. I have such fond memories of it. It's still one of my favorite romances. I really love it. I made a video about it. I gush about it all the time. We watch some episodes on stream. But I don't know. I just am not... These days, I'm not feeling the same way for it that I used to. So it's got a minus 32. Still love it, just not as much. And I think some enthusiasm might have been... Thank you, Sarah. Might have been dampened a little through just hearing about what the anime's doing. Hey, Zoe. I probably want to check out the manga, but it's too bad because I thoroughly love the adaptation. I will read the manga. It's really too bad what they're doing. It maybe drop the anime in a way. I'll check it out, but I want to check out the manga. It's that time. I need the fan. There we go. The numbers are different in size. Sorry, I don't know. Google Docs formatting is all over the place for some reason. Sorry. That's good, Power Flare. I think I kind of need just knowing generally that it goes in certain places. It doesn't quite work in the way that Hunter x Hunter does for me, but I get why it does. I definitely get it. Sorry. Okay. And next, Hello, Holly. Good job with whatever it was. Well done, well done. Hello, Burly Shark. And number 98. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Up by 1. Incredible character study for me. I think it has very clear flaws structurally. Structurally, in terms of elements of presentation, in terms of clearly cut content. But nonetheless, the strengths of this game are phenomenal, completely stand the test of time. I totally adore. It has some of my favorite characters in gaming. Just an incredible ensemble cast. And I really adore it. Really adore it. God, is that a Tokyo Ghoul song? And that is the end of the first tier. Gerald's, oh my god. Every year I have to slander Gerald. Gerald's such a bad character. There's never enough time. I'm waiting 3 months to tell you something. Oh, who are you? Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. What are you doing here? If you know, you know. Favorite Fire Emblem story? I think mine too. All in all. You know, it's very fragmented. It's got some problems. Like, I will always be upfront about Fire Emblem Three Houses' problems, but I'll always be upfront with its strengths, which to me are phenomenal. The music, yeah, the music's incredible too. There isn't enough time to tell you, as I stand here with Leonie for months. The new Vegas of the Fire Emblem series, unfinished, but still probably the best game in the series. It's my favorite. I played a fair few Fire Emblem games. It's my favorite, but I can definitely understand people liking other Fire Emblem games better. Like, I sincerely love Awakening. I haven't even played Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn, which I've heard could easily be better than this, from what I've heard. But yeah, Edelgard, Dimitri are my main two. And I love Claude too, but those two... Gerald felt like a Fire Emblem Fates character. Fire Emblem Fates has tons of characters that are better than Gerald's. What kind of content seems to be cut? Black Eagle's ending. I didn't shit on it just now. Did I shit on it now? I just said it has flaws. And said that... I don't think I shit on it. Oh, this song is such a banger. Oh my god. Really, Fates? I'm genuinely curious. All the people that shit on Fates for having, like, no character depth or no substance or anything, when's the last time you played it? Because, not to say you can't have that... You can't have that opinion, obviously, but I genuinely do not see it. Fates has really solid character work. Like, really solid. I think that, like, I kind of... Hannah said every character in Fates is better than Gerald. I kind of vibe with that. Maybe there's, like, 2 or 3 in Fates that are, like, as bad as Gerald. I kind of vibe with that, though. Like, I agree. This song is so good, holy shit. Like a week ago, okay, fair enough. Noor is incredible well, maybe incredible is overselling it. Noor is really good. I think genuinely really deceptively nuanced family drama. Okay, number 97. Again, when we get to stuff that I have talked about a lot, unless stimulated otherwise, I will not say much about it. But again, unless stimulated otherwise, unless there's questions or whatever. No, Hannah played Fate. Hannah played Fates this year, and I watched her play it, and it was honestly such a joy to. It was so nostalgic because I do have Fates has a soft spot for me. I do think it has very obvious problems, just like Three Houses. But I think it's better than people. Pretty significantly better than people say it is. Number 97. Dragon Age Origins. I've been actually thinking about this game a lot, and I'm actually kind of thinking at the moment, is it higher? But no, I'll keep it here. Dragon Age Origins is such a special game to me. It's like the original character, along with this and Final Fantasy VI, were the two games I think I played all the way back when I'm just like, holy shit, video games can have incredible characters. Dragon Age Origins is super special. Yes, and because, yeah, I think Fates being a more streamlined experience allows it more variability in a way that makes it very refreshing in comparison to Fire Emblem Three Houses. I think Fire Emblem Three Houses' weaknesses are kind of certain ways that in gameplay and story, Fates has more strengths. This is the AJ game. I'm so glad about that. I don't think many people think that, Hugs. That's cool. I love Dragon Age Origins. Some of the best characters in gaming. Morrigan, Alistair, Terran Logain. I am about to enter my BioWare Obsidian era with KOTOR 1 and 2, and I really, like I said, I really want to get into Mass Effect. Yes, I saw you. I saw your message, Icarus. But yeah, -2 in this economy. Quite good. Quite good. This is a bit of a rise. Another one with a bit of a rise is, I believe, my favorite KyoAni series, Hyouka, has always been one of my favorite examples of a really interesting, diverse, novel slice of life. Great incremental character work that nonetheless is incredibly meaningful. The core four of this series are so lovable and endearing. I adore Hyouka. The visual storytelling is out of this world. I adore it. Violet Evergarden is Kyoto Annie, yep. It's very wholesome, and like the character work is so different than in a lot of things, in a lot of other series. I really, really love it. I made a video about it too. Yeah, Violet Evergarden is down here. Where is it? 108. Really? Hannah? That's amazing. They really did their darndest to make it obscured. Hello, Rani. Congrats! What's your take about the movie ending? Oh, do you mean Violet Evergarden? Violet Evergarden's movie. Sorry, I was trying to think of a Hyouka movie. I don't like the movie very much. I don't like the implications it has for certain character relationships and stuff. Yeah. This is when I list Violet Evergarden, it's not including the movie. Did you, Yuki? I have seen K-On! I have seen K-On! K-On's very good. Number 95. Okay, we're going to do a bet between 92 and 93. Number 95, another mainstay, Mawaru Penguindrum. My favorite Ikuhara by far. Makes me incredibly emotional. Love the main trio, Ringo, Sanetoshi, the thematics, and the ultimate final. I guess I'm gonna cry. I can't keep this playing. The sort of final answer it reaches is actually like if you find the conclusion of Chainsaw Man Part 2 thematically to be interesting, if you want a series that sort of tackles those ideas but does it with a different complexion, you might want to check out this. I think there's a lot of comparisons that can be made between them. Lads has very good plot. I love Zane. Hey, Home Slice. We do love family. We love love. Zane or Hinata from Haikyuu? Just about Hinata. But Zane will be like number 2 in Haikyuu. Number 94. No, you're right. You're right, Hannah. I do love Zane. I primarily just love Zane in Lads. Oh, really, Hugs? I hope you love it. I hope you love it. Yeah, I've experienced quite a few Ikuhara works. Obviously, Utena. The more recent one, whose name I forget, which I thought was quite bad. And another one? I've seen 4, I believe. But Penguindrum is by far my favorite. 94? Here it is. Here it is, folks. Let me just get the number. Here it is. This one hurts. This one hurts. This was what I feared would happen with the conclusion of the anime. I cannot not love Beastars because of the sheer masterful quality that's put into the thematics and the density of the character writing. It's you look at the theater scene from season 1. You look at the Riz conclusion in season 2, the dynamic with Louis and Legoshi, Haru's whole backstory and how it applies to her relationship with sexuality. It's so good, but man, the finale sucks ass. I can't hold back from it anymore. It sucked ass in the manga, and this whole time I was like, no, it's not done yet. It's not done yet in the anime. Maybe they'll improve it. They could. Orange Cooks. They didn't. They didn't. And in fact, they actually made some things worse. But I still love it. It's just... This should be a perpetual top 50 series, even higher, and it's just not. It's not as good as it should be. I love when AJ talks like this. When I'm disappointed in Beastars dropping the ball, I don't know what happened, man. Yeah, Orange is at a down year, unfortunately. This song, I know. It's still on the list, yes. So sorry, the overwhelming thing I'm talking about is disappointment because it's gone down 42 spots and the ending was so disappointing for me, but it's still here. The strengths far outweigh the weaknesses. Overall, it's still a favorite. The things it does well are so unbelievable, and I still feel immensely for these characters, but it just couldn't hold on to a top 50-ish spot. Yes, I do think it's authentic and natural that some things drop and I get disappointed with some things, and other things rise. Like, it's just the nature of everything. Not everything... If literally there were no drops, I'd find that strange. For various reasons. So, yeah. When was the last time Orange cooked? Trigun Stamp... No, Beastars... Beastars Final Season Part 1 was pretty good. I like that. It's an okay ending for a series that deserved an amazing one. Yeah, I think the ending's really bad, unfortunately. But it is just those last 3 or 4 episodes that are really bad. Before that, it's pretty good. It's like, it's pretty good. It just kind of crashes down really suddenly. But hey, it is what it is. That's life. And you know what else is... Ooh. You know what else is part of life? Bets. I don't know if that was the best segue, but... Okay. Okay? One of the biggest highlights of the year for me, a fantastic new addition. Kagurabachi. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one. An anime just got announced. What are the chapters that I'm up to? As of chapter 118, or... I'm sorry, Mari. Okay. I'm just predicting, Jasper. I'm predicting this to be in my top 94 fiction. Or... Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime specifically. So everything I said about Digimon apply to Yu-Gi-Oh, but with a slightly better story, in my opinion. Slightly more powerful, slightly more emotional, slightly more connected to it. And Kagurabachi, I mean, what is there to say about Kagurabachi? Like I said, it's been one of my favorite journeys over the past few years. Learning that it is actually just a genuinely incredible, wonderful story with amazing use of the medium, such efficient, rich establishment of characters, and just, like, with a relatively short amount of time, it's done so much great payoff and establishment and foundation building and thematics, and it uses the medium incredibly, and it's derivative off of Togashi stuff and Kubo stuff and JJK stuff. But it's completely its own thing and so emotional and has such a great cast. Yeah, I mean, you guys have seen it. But who's gonna win with Kagurabachi and Yu-Gi-Oh? And Yu-Gi-Oh. Kagurabachi braved the memes to make it in top 100. And yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was an honorable mention. Ignore your own advice? Yu-Gi-Oh! I've never seen Yu-Gi-Oh! But I grew up loving Digimon, so I might need to check it out. I think if you love Digimon, I think it's worth checking out Yu-Gi-Oh! For sure. I think a lot of the things that you would love in one is in the other. Me too, Hannah. I'm really glad that it has. Holy shit, this is neck and neck. Okay, Kagurabachi a bit more of a favorite now. Okay. Okay, still really close. Still really close. 52, oh my god, 52% say Kagurabachi, 48% say Yu-Gi-Oh! 51 people versus 19. Interesting. It was one of mine too, Blackhawk. My anime that I experienced before I knew what anime was, Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Beyblade. Card Nation Rise? Well... the answer is Yu-Gi-Oh! The answer is Yu-Gi-Oh! And like Tokyo Ghoul... yes, you do need to watch Beyblade! And let me know when you do, Hannah. I want to see it. Like Tokyo Ghoul, I think it can only go up as we read more and more and more. So congratulations to Yu-Gi-Oh! Nation. Bidamon? I don't think I know what that is. I can't wait for the stream too. Kagurabachi stream this Sunday. Kagurabachi too low? No, actually, it's in the perfect spot. A rule of thumb is any placing on any list is perfect. Because it reflects the person who's doing it, and if you were to enforce a different spot, it would not be reflective of them. So actually, what you're saying, what anyone says when something is too low is basically just, I'm upset because this list isn't my list. If anything is on this list, it is something I deeply love. And if you are at all in the Kagurabachi streams, you know what I feel about this series. You know it's incredibly early days. You know there's so much payoff to come. And I wouldn't get super hung up on a number. And even if you do, I have experienced so much fiction. It being here is a gigantic compliment. I've seen like the first 4 or 5 seasons of Beyblade. I expected if Naruto dropped Struggler. Don't put on Hunter x Hunter in honorable mentions? No promises. Kagurabachi straight up has some of the most ambitious storytelling, and again, I say this whenever I can about it, courageous storytelling. It is so bold, and the topics it covers are so... is so... I'm shocked that Hokuzono does what it does, what he does with it. It's incredible to me. Me too, Simba. Me too. Yes, JJK Modulo and Kagurabachi at the same time covering what they do. Absurd, man. Absurd. Now, we actually spoke about this one very recently. Pirates of the Caribbean Original Trilogy. So, here's one where we were talking about movies that most of them are going to be, like, they're going to all be 10 out of 10 since there are some 10s and honorable mentions. I would rank all 3 Pirates of the Caribbean films as, like, a solid to strong 9 out of 10. But nonetheless, it's ahead of some 10s. This series just has my heart, man. I love it so much. Every movie is perfect for what it is. Not technically perfect, but you know. It's just pure adventure and charm and the great horizon and the great expanse and cheese and fun and emotions and drama and tragedy and Cthulhu-esque otherworldly creatures and horrors and everything. I've never seen that, Simba. Jozu, Icarus. Oops. Thank you for the streak. Yeah, it's very funny. It's very charming. They don't make movies like this anymore. They really don't. I know. Well, it's in the fine print. It is in the fine print, Trish. Or, I feel like, Icarus, you probably didn't read that. To answer seriously, yes. Yes. An AG list would not be complete without pirates or without supernatural. No comment. It's pure adventure. I just adore it. Every couple of years, I love rewatching it and just indulging in it. I also have a lot of nostalgia for it. I used to watch the first Pirates movie on my PSP on repeat. Whenever we were going somewhere in the car, I would just watch it on repeat. Huh. I did watch YTV all the time, Simba, but I don't think I ever saw it. That's so real. I would play Pirates of the... Or sorry, I would watch Pirates of the Caribbean. I would watch Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. The PSP, man. Advent Children. Who's my favorite Pirates character? Jack Sparrow, Davy Jones, or Barbossa, probably. I don't really know who my favorite is. It's one of those three, I think. Elizabeth's really cool. I like Norrington a lot. Some of the best CGI ever is on Davy Jones. Number 90. Top 5 games played on your PSP. I didn't play many great games on my PSP. I played like this knockoff FIFA game that I sunk hours into. I played Untold Legends, or Untold Stories, Untold Legends, whatever it's called. Neither of those games are good. I played Crisis Core. I played Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Man's... At World's End, maybe? Crisis Core is probably the best game I played on my PSP. I really can't remember a fifth. Hey, I think you won, Elijah, with that. I think you won with that. Monster Hunter? I've never played a Monster Hunter. Battlefront 2. I played Battlefront. I did play Battlefront. Thank you, Downpour. That's a fifth. I did play Battlefront. Did I put that on backlogged? I forgot Battlefront existed. Star Wars Battlefront. Yeah, 2005. I didn't put it. I think that oh my god. I think I had a good time with that. That might be my favorite game on the PSP. That or Crisis Core. I'll give it a 3.5. Yeah, I never played any PlayStation, or sorry, any Persona on my PSP. Monster Hunter? I might play it one day. I don't remember if I played FF Tactics on my PSP. Maybe I did. You'd imagine, Mel. My mom caught me crying while playing Crisis Core. Real. I was miserable for ages after I played Crisis Core. But the thing is, I didn't actually play it when it came out. I played it like 5 years after it came out. Yeah, I never played Persona on my PSP. Dissidia? I never played that either. Number 90. This isn't like a Beastars level drop or a Kaguya-sama level drop, but it's more than 10. So a little bit of a re-juggling of favorites. And that is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Broho. I never played FF7 OG. Tons of videos on this series. This is one of the main series for the channel in the first 2 or 3 years of the channel. Just all... It is such a well-rounded, well-done story with a decent amount of spice and really juicy characters in the likes of Kimberly and Bradley and Greedling. I also really like Lawnfawn and Winry, just all around every sort of element of a story. I think Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood does really well. It's incredibly well-rounded. I think maybe a bit of a lack of... Maybe a lack of it doing, like, incredibly bold stuff. Maybe holds it back in comparison to other stuff. That might be ahead of it, maybe? Like, for example, if I compare it to Kagurabachi, Kagurabachi does not have anywhere near the comprehensive payoff and holistic fullness that Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood has, but I think it has a boldness and spice in the way it presents its subject matter and the way it uses its medium that puts it really, really close to being higher than FMAB. Now, I haven't read the manga for FMA, and I want to in the future. Yeah, and I've watched Yomi no Tsugai lately. It's been really fun. I've really enjoyed it. Oh, eternally grateful, go. Thought FMAB would be top 50 at least? FMAB, I don't believe, has been top 50 a single time in these lists. I don't believe so. Let's check the chart. Let's check the chart. Full Metal. I'm curious, actually. 73. Oh, sorry. Where was it? 76, 73, 77, 75, and now 90. So it's always been, wait. I think I'm misreading something. Either way. Where was it last year? It was 73, I believe. Yeah. So it's always been 73 or below. Yeah, the chart, yep. People say read the manga for the bold stuff. That's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I'm looking forward to. Oh, banger. Number 89. Just ahead of it. More shonen. Oh, I'm so glad, Elijah. The Death Note videos, the FMA videos, the Kimberly video, Bradley. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, it was so funny. I remember I got invited to... That's a deep cut, Andres. I got invited to like a friend's birthday party or something, and we went to a club. And the nerdiest moment of my life was when I was at that club, and I was talking to someone. And they're like, what do you do? I'm like, well, I'm in school and I also make YouTube videos. Oh, what do you make videos about? You know, these sorts of anime. Oh, I love anime. Like what? And I said, Fullmetal Alchemist. And we were talking about Fullmetal Alchemist. And then we started talking about Attack on Titan. And I'm like, holy shit. Literally at that party, in that club, I realized I liked Attack on Titan more than FMAB. And I tweeted, holy shit, I'm at a party right now, and I realized that Attack on Titan's better than FMAB. And I got clowned on, and I think that's deserved. I got clowned on like mad, and it got so many people upset. So many people got upset by that. People were raging. Would I be able to find it? Let's see if I can find the tweet. It's so... Oh my god. Club... Oh my god. Here it is. Throwback to when I galaxy brained at the club. Damn, this is so funny, man. Damn. Guys, I'm at the club right now, and my mind should definitely be elsewhere, but I've just come to an epiphany. I think that Attack on Titan is better than Fullmetal Alchemist. Wow. I need to reflect on this revelation. And I like so many people in the... The club can't even handle my Attack on Titan analysis right now. This is one of the cringiest, nerdiest things I've ever tweeted, and I love it. I love it. I adore this so much. Ask the girls what they think of this debacle. The girls stare at me blankly when I begin to mention but people got mad at me. Hey, look at Ray. Ray's here. I don't think it's cringe at all. I think the way I got it across is funny, I guess. I'm sorry, but I'll be taking your otaku pass. Yeesh. Oh, no, this is fine. This reply is fine. You're a club person? Not at all. I do go sometimes, and when I do, I think about anime. Anyway, this is a hilarious freaking tweet. Having a good time and then suddenly... You know what? Okay, this person got mad. These replies aren't as bad as I remembered. Actually, these replies aren't that bad. These aren't that bad. Man, Twitter's gotten way worse since then. Oh, this person wanted to close down Twitter because I said that. Biggest cap I've ever seen? These replies are not bad at all. Okay, I remember thinking like, damn, they're dry. Maybe it was the quotes. Maybe it was the quotes that were bad. Maybe it was the quotes. Let's see. How do I check quotes? What boring-ass club are you even going to? Oh yeah, okay, here's some people getting actually angry. You're just mad FMAB is rated higher than Hunter x Hunter and Attack on Titan, trying to bring the GOAT down? Yeah, I'm super mad. You have lost your damn mind. I'm offended by this. Who tweets like this? Well, dang, whatever you were sipping on must have been strong, because you on one. Man, what? I was called a Chad. Not too bad, honestly. You're entitled to your opinion. Y'all must be zooted off the Xannies, because nah, this ain't it. Anyway, not that bad. Not that bad. Really not that bad. AJ in the club upset. I was fuming at my anime list having Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood high at number 1. I was fuming. AJ? That's me! If you really think about it, Aaron's psychological dilemma wherein he cages himself, but he's such a monster that he must break free of that cage, but by his very nature, he cages himself in that monstrosity. It just appeals to me much more than any character work in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I still really respect Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and it's great and it's iconic for a reason. Fantastic story, means a lot to me, but that boldness is just really what puts it ahead of me. And everyone in the club's just like, get him out. Get him out. Get him out. No, I remember distinctly being like, man, people are so mean to me on Twitter because I tweeted that. And really, there aren't that many mean things. These days, it's so much worse. Did you know that the walls are a metaphor of the cage that our metaphysical condition imposes on us? I know, Mal Warriors? Not even, these days, I just block people because I'm not a fan of their vibes, and it hasn't failed me yet. Back in 2019, I refused to block people on principle. I'm just like, that's the coward's way out. No, no, no. That's the smart thing to do. If someone's vibes are a little off, gotta block them. Oh, I could never, Simba. I could never. Someone said, do I stand by this? I'll put it this way. Do you think Attack on Titan's in my top 90 fiction? I prefer muting. I don't. I just like blocking. Also, muting doesn't work for me sometimes. Thank you, D. Appreciated. Thank you, Virtual, for the 10 months with Prime. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ikoku Nikki was in honorable mentions, yes. Number 90. Thank you for bringing that up, Andres. That is a deep cut. I love that. Number 89. Oh, yeah. Oh, I should have done a bet between 89 and 90. But more shonen supremacy. Gintama, number 89. Been in love with Gintama since 2020 or so? I don't know. Whenever my initial watch was, my journey through Gintama, oh, that is... Oh, to me, that's some... That was peak Twitter. That's peak Twitter. This isn't low. This isn't low at all. Okay, let's look at Gintama. Let's look at Gintama. Because I think if you look at Gintama's evolution, look, honorable mention in 2022, then up to 87, then down to 96, then to 88, then 89. So honestly, it's on an upward trajectory. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, me too, Andres. For all of us. That's pretty good. What's the best way to consume the anime? Stretches, binge, one episode at a time here and there? One episode at a time here or there? The best way to consume Gintama is one episode at a time here or there until you get invested, because I do think the first, I don't know, it took me a while to get hooked on Gintama. Like, the first roughly 100 episodes are very inconsistent. Then it takes a bit of a step up, but it doesn't become consistently very good until 150 plus episodes. So don't rush it, don't force it. What I did is I'd go to school or work, and then I'd watch an episode or two every evening with dinner. Not every evening, sometimes after dinner. And I slowly worked my way up to episode 100 or so. Then from there, I started watching it a bit more consistently. I remember, Andres, you were quite angry at certain things. Like, I remember you really disliked that people liked Soulsborne. Gintama binges, once you get super into it, there's no binge like a Gintama binge, Jasper. Thank you, Kesha Bro, for the 24-month resub. Thank you for 2 years. Enjoy your new badge. Bocce anime tees are looking great. Episode 86? Oh, you either just watched or are gonna watch what for me was a bit of a hook. Lord Flacco. Oh yeah, I remember you were really anti-Gintama. Andres. Anyways, I adore Gintama, and it has lower lows than FMAB, but I think it's, like I'm talking about, that boldness and abstraction of the themes and how they're presented is really, really interesting. Yeah, Andres during that time period was genuinely like, I'm like, are you okay? You seem really angry. Like, what's going on? I remember actually just messaging Andres and being like, you good? I don't have a ton of interest in the new Sodachi manga, but I'm sure I'll check it out eventually. Oh, Gintama also has some of the best openings ever. No, I don't think FMAB has a lot of lows either. I think FMAB's lowest lows are just like a bit of shoddy pacing in the first dozen episodes or so, and the Brig section. Oh, I get that, Elijah. I think Gintama rewatches of the more, not serious arcs, but the more, I guess, defining arcs really, really helps. Oh, yes! The opening where they crash and screw up. Oh, I love that. Twitter was good character development. Also, hello, Dave. I think you came in and I missed saying hi. Hope you're doing well, Dave. Number 88. Let's do it. Another mainstay. And like Andra said, it wouldn't be an AJ list without Supernatural. I'm used to it? No. Okay, I gotta be super on point next stream. Supernatural. Full of flaws, full of endearing flaws, which I have been very upfront about for years. The 101 Bits alert. But with strengths that stay with me to this day, specifically the evolution of the plot and lore and mythos so organically and such great plotting, and the relationship between Sam and Dean. It is, oh, it's so good. I rewatched season 1 with Hannah this past year, and it was so cool to see the really sort of rough early beginnings, but there are such hints of greatness in the relationship between Sam and Dean there. I feel like writing 101 is don't reference Dumbo when Satan's being resurrected. I knew I could count on you, Pepino. Thank you for the 101 bits. That little known fact, actually, lots of people know this, but in case you don't know, that alert is me slandering one of my favorite episodes in Supernatural because there's a line about Dumbo when Satan was being resurrected. If you haven't heard the story, I can quickly recap it if you want to know. It would be a spoiler for Supernatural. Let me know if you do. But I think a lot of you heard it. Should I finish the series? You didn't know this lore? Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, just to let you guys know, you're about to be spoiled on Season 4 of Supernatural. Like a big twist. If you still would like to proceed, then I will proceed. It'll only take 30 seconds, a minute to say. What if Dumbo is this really Auriful symbolic motif in the narrative? Then you gotta tap me in. You gotta tap me in. Of course I proceed. Okay, so no one said to stop, so I'm gonna say it. Mute if you don't want a Supernatural Season 4 spoiler. So here's the thing. All of Supernatural Season 4 is the main two characters, Sam and Dean, fighting monsters and angels and demons, and it's evolved to a point where we're talking with literal angels and demons and hell and all, like, we're getting deep into the lore. Like, we're not just fighting monsters, there is hell and heaven, canonically. So, the whole season, Sam is in this relationship with a demon. And Dean is like, she's a demon, Sam, you can't trust her, blah, 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 blah. And Sam's like, no, Dean, you need to believe in me. I'm not your little brother, you can't boss me around. You need to trust me. I know what's good for me, and I can trust her. And Dean was just not a fan the whole time. And by the end of it, we realize that Sam has been doing these jobs with this girl, with this woman who's a demon, who has been leading him to resurrect Satan. So Sam literally unlocked some seals that had Satan being resurrected. And it's this monumental moment, because Dean is like, God damn it, this is what I feared the entire time. And Sam's just in shock, like, no, I didn't mean to, like, oh my god, And it's really emotional, it's really devastating. And then the demon who was manipulating Sam goes, you did it, you unlocked the door. You didn't need the wings to fly. You had it the whole time, Dumbo. And I was so caught up with the scene, and then they made that Dumbo reference while Satan is literally being resurrected. I'm just like, wait, what? And it's, to this day, one of the most One of the worst lines contextually I've heard in anything. I'm like, why are you referencing Dumbo when Satan's being resurrected? That's what that alert is for. Let me play it again. This is me slandering that line because it's so crazy. That's the origin of the sound clip. So let me play it again. Hold on, I'm just loading Streamlabs. It legit happens. It's such a bad line, and I love Supernatural so much, but I feel like writing 101 is don't reference Dumbo when Satan's being resurrected. That's what that's from. I think it's pretty... I would have to rewatch to know for sure, Andres. I would have trusted her too. Sam was down bad enough to resurrect Satan. Dumbo's Inferno. Anyway, Supernatural's great. Supernatural's amazing. I made the mistake of mentioning Dumbo once while Satan was being resurrected, and it was not fun. Nope. You don't know anything about Dumbo. That probably helps. Yeah. Number 88. Another longtime mainstay. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Sorry, I should have said that. Megalobox and Nomad. I have videos on both the Season 1 and Season 2. To me, Nomad is one of my favorite examples of a perfect sequel that rebuts, examines, contradicts, deconstructs every aspect of the structure and style of the first season in a perfect marriage. It is such an amazing series, fantastic sports series, one of my favorites. This is the mainstay section. Supernatural, Gintama, FMAB, Pirates. Well, from Pirates on. There's some real soul here, yes. Oh, there are some individual episodes of Supernatural, Elijah, are some of the best in television. And Nomad's first arc, incredible. Number 86. A really cool elevation, a recent elevation, because I rewatched recently. Very Western vibes, yup. Lots of parallels from all over the place. Parasite. This is a 10 out of 10. Holy shit. I've always loved this series. This movie. I've always loved this film since I saw it like 6 years ago or whatever. I've always thought it was a masterpiece, but man, I rewatched it a few weeks ago, and my god, is it sublime in every second visually. There's it's so incredibly dense with the thematics and symbolism to get across its main ideas. The characters are they're so dense with things to say, but so human at the same time. The nature of the light. I couldn't even start to get into it. It is a masterpiece. It's so good. It's from 2019. It's 7 years old. Crazy. Let me know the best scene. When they are escaping from the mansion, and you can just see the verticality as they go further and further down to their basement apartment or whatever it is. And it gets flooded. Did you rewatch? Rewatched, like I said, a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago we rewatched it. No, Parasite the anime is a good anime, but it's not on here. Oh yeah, a really terrifying shot too, yeah. Another part of the world, rain is the only thing that can save other... Right. Very true. I didn't even think about that, Jonah. And, like, those on top are just chilling in their living room, just looking at the beautiful rain outside where their son camps outside in a tent. Those down below are literally losing their homes. No, everything is perfect. I totally agree, Kesha. Oh, it's such a masterpiece. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. Yeah, me too. Exactly same. Lightning Hunter. It's within my top 5-ish favorite films ever as well. 70, I know, 2019 being 7 years ago, how is that real? Okay, do we have a bet? Not yet. Not yet. But here's another mainstay, actually. One that I will always sing the praises of. I think it's consistently slept on. SSS Dynazenon, full of unbelievable visual storytelling, characters that are my lifeblood, so endearing, one of my favorite romances ever, such charming and weird and quirky personalities all over the place, great antagonist crew, great cute, adorable references and little details all over the place, one of my favorite anime protagonists, just all in all, a series that has my heart and soul. Well, not heart and soul tier. I sincerely adore it. SSSS Dynazenon is so good. Made a video on it quite a while ago. It's a beautiful series. Would honestly recommend to anyone who loves visual storytelling, really endearing characters, and a series that puts its cast first. It may not have the ingenious sort of thematic construction of SSSS Gridman, but to me, the characters are light years beyond. I feel so much for these characters. It's technically a sequel, but you can watch it independently. I associate this series with P. P has amazing taste. And by that, I mean, I agree. Yes, Verver, absolutely. Now here's one. This is not a consistent mainstay, not quite. But man, did we get an elevation for this one. Lies of P and its DLC expansion edition Overture. Holy shit. It was honorable mentions last year, now it's 84. The Overture expansion is straight up one of my favorite DLCs in anything. Let me show you. DLCs. Here we are. Top 5 for me. It is so good. It is such an incredible expansion, and I was actually a little bit depressed when I finished it, because I want more. It adds so much to the, I think, overall mythos and story of Lies of P. It reminded me of how beautiful and rich and dense the Lies of P world is, and how much I love getting lost in it. It's incredibly emotional. It added an emotionality to it that I didn't really feel before, and it gave me one of my favorite final bosses in anything. Which I've talked about in the antagonist list. It is just top to bottom an incredible game. Incredible. Accentuated by Overture, which came out in the past year. So good. So good. Top 5 DLCs for me ever. There's so many sequences in Overture that are stunning. Take my breath away. But yeah, from honorable mentions to 84. I know. And then the, I know, Downpour. And then the recontextualization it has for other elements of the plot. It's incredible. Have you played Lies of P, Andres? That's really cool, by the way. Where would you meet the Lies of P director? Either way, that's amazing. Okay, 83. I don't know when exactly New York City Game Awards. Oh. Cool. He pulled up from Korea to accept an award? Based. I would expect nothing less. Yeah, a lot of the recent ones are kind of mainstays except for Lies of P, but this one as well has consistently stood the test of time. My favorite Mario platformer, I know the jank, I know it's all over the place, I know it's got flaws, I know it's not polished, I do not care. It's got Delfino, it's got incredible vibes and atmosphere and music, it's got the Piantas, it's got some of my favorite levels in any game, from a pure just immersion standpoint, it's got the vibes. I love Super Mario Sunshine. I don't know if you'll be... I totally get not being able to become a defender of it. I don't know if you'll be able to, Downpour, because some elements of this game are just straight up bad. Like, there are some levels that it's like, why on earth did anyone decide to put this in a game? It's crazy, some decisions they make. It's by far the Mario 3D game with the least polish. I just acknowledge that it's not good, and I love it. I love it. What do I like about Delfino? There isn't a single thing about Delfino I don't like. I love the music, I love the atmosphere, I love the visuals, I love the bits of world building about the economy. I love how you can see one part of Delfino from being present in another. I know, exactly, Andres. Sunshine levels being in the backgrounds and skyboxes of other levels. Well, I'd be interested in what you think of it, Downpour. The lily pad level, not good. The pachinko, not good. The chuckster, oh, there's a whole level based around walking up to people and hoping that they'll throw you, like trying to calculate how far they throw you. This is how fucking great Mario Sunshine is. The chuckster, I love it. Trish, I love it. I understand why people hate it. I love it. There's a whole section of Mario Sunshine that's a disembodied level in another realm. It's actually like purgatory. It transports you into another realm. It could be hell. Who knows? I don't know where it is. But there are platforms and you jump across all of them. And there are random-ass NPCs walking back and forth that go, I'm a chuckster. And you walk up to them and the core of this level is talking to them at the right moment so that they will throw you onto another platform that is a distance away that you can't jump, and they're supposed to throw you, and you have to time it so that you talk to them at the right time so that they throw you at the right time. But sometimes the chuckster's feeling quirky, so he throws you at a different angle. Even though you do everything right, maybe a tiny half a pixel's off, so he decides to chuck you to freaking Europe. Or if you're in Europe, he chucks you to Canada. And there's no rhyme or reason for it sometimes. It's just like the tiniest bit off. If you talk to him strange, he chucks you in the wrong spot. And people hate it, and I get it. I love it. I love it. It's Kino. I love it so much. I get why people hate it. I get it. I acknowledge it. I feel it. I disagree. Hello, Tyke. Yeah, the Beastars drop, it had to happen. Hope you're doing well, Tyke. Hope you had a great weekend. Hey, Lola. Yeah, the community's very generous. I'm glad you got one. Hello, Tom. Tom, I just gushed about Liza P. Just in time for the Liza P entry. From honorable mentions to 84. There's some hidden art in the fact that the openness of these worlds back then would suggest and create illusions to feel larger than they actually were. Right, yes. And they feel more grand. It's like Pokemon games, sorry to be like a boomer, but Pokemon games in Generation 2, 3, 4, they feel bigger than actually being able to see the abstraction of feeling, the abstraction that's sold to you through the world makes it feel bigger than actually being able to see more stuff. You know what I mean? I missed the Liza P gushing? Just missed it, sorry, it was just a few minutes ago. Hello, Green Cat. I'll always be a 64 shooter, as you should be. 64 is amazing. You just had to do this stream today on the Kagurabachi anime announcement? Yeah? I wasn't gonna delay my stream because Kagurabachi announced its anime. What? I mean, yeah, but well, welcome in. Is there a big, like, is there like a direct or something? I thought it was just like a date, like April 2027, and like a trailer. Either way, welcome in. It was a teaser in the staff. Yeah, I don't see any reason to delay. Yeah, Kagurabachi, very strong initial showing, 93. And I think if the whole world should stop, honestly fair. And I think sky's the limit. Yes, Takeuchi is the director, which is incredibly encouraging, I think. Number 82, another video game, one which we already discussed a lot of, about. I don't know, it's top 100 season, Andres. Final Fantasy VII. Rife with immense greatness, rife with flaws that do drag it down, which I've already talked about. Primarily, I think, the dialogue and some limitations in the relationships between party members. It's incredibly iconic for a reason. It has immense strengths. I love its setting, specifically Midgar. I love the way that Cloud's journey is captured. Tifa is incredible. I think Sephiroth is the perfect monster movie villain in this. Barrett's great. Aerith is unbelievable. It's an immense classic. As I've discussed, a drop of about 10 is not a drop. Silksong will be on this list next year. You think so? With one of the best plot twists in any game at all that I'm praying for FF7 Re-Trilogy Part 3 to nail. I really hope so. I don't know, iconic for a reason. I've talked about this game for hours in my 3-hour plus video on Remake and my 9-hour video on Rebirth. Yeah, I think there are some flaws that don't make me love it as much as everyone else, but luckily the Re-Trilogy has really compensated for that and enriched my experience with it in ways that I could only ever have dreamed of. And as it stands, I still thoroughly love FF7. Midgar is one of the greatest settings in anything ever. Big agree. Big agree. Rated Dynamic Cloud and Rufus with Re-Trilogy content? S+? I'm gonna resist saying double S because I think I need to see a lot of my theories actualized, but I think it's fair to say S+. They drive me insane. For me, the Re-Trilogy and OG are one game series that complete each other. Yeah, that's fair. For me, I can't do that because I have such different feelings about both. But I totally think that they... I mean, if you see my videos on it, you know that I think they are one story. So I totally get that. It's just, my feelings about Re-Trilogy and my feelings about Original are so different that they can't occupy the same spot without being inaccurate. Andres talking about Deltarune. Is that because Deltarune's next? Is this the perfect cue for it? Me too, Elijah. I've been saying for ages, Deltarune OST, yeah. I've been saying for ages that Part 3 of the Re-Trilogy could make the Re-Trilogy my favorite game of all time. It really could. If Deltarune's below the top 50, I'm boycotting the stream. Well... good thing Deltarune's not 81. Instead, that is with a rise. Yeah, above 14. I think Re-Trilogy could become my favorite game game in general through the trilogy holistically of all time. I think it could go ahead of Endwalker. That's if it does everything to an 11 out of 10 degree. within reason. It could do it. It's one of the tiny handful of games that are close to 14. Are we betting soon? Yeah. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. Not yet, though. 81 with the rise is Nana. I can't wait for chapter 5 as well. I cannot wait to be able to stream those. Nana, the premium, angsty, hurt so good character drama with pain all over the place, with Nana and Hachi and Takumi and Nobu and Shin and Yasu. Incredible cast. Makes me want to... I talked about this like a couple weeks ago when we were talking about protagonists. Makes me want to just crawl up in the ball and cry and die at the end of every episode and chapter. Incredible use of the medium, specifically for the manga. It's been my favorite forever, and it's gotten a notable rise. Yes, Deltarune's up there too, Power Flare, agreed. The Endwalker killer / 14 killer potential games are Deltarune, Re-Trilogy, the new Cyberpunk, maybe the new Witcher 3. That is very true, Ophi. That's exactly it. It was hard to get through. Funny story. I rewatched it for the first time, and with Hannah, who watched it for the first time, and no, I don't remember exactly how many episodes the anime is. It's around 50 or maybe a little more or less. Did I say the new Witcher 3? Did I say the new Witcher 3? I meant to say Witcher 4. I said that? Damn, I meant Witcher 4. I don't know why I said that. That's crazy. That's weird. Sorry. The Witcher 4. Witcher 4 is in that conversation, not the new Witcher 3. Yeah, there's the DLC rumor, but I don't think that's going to be an Endwalker killer or anything. I'm talking about the whole new game of Witcher 4. Witcher 3, too. I don't know, man. Sorry. Winds of Winter? Yeah, that too. Well, because we were talking about video games, it's not the 14 killer, but Winds of Winter will be gigantic. So sorry, I was watching Nana, rewatching it for me, Hannah's first watch through, and there were about 10 to 12 episodes left. We were in the last quarter of the anime or so, and we just stopped for like 8 months because it was too painful. It was just, God, I don't want to feel these things, and we just had a hiatus of 8 to 10 months, maybe more. No worries, Cal, yeah. Winds of Winter is definitely in that conversation, generally. I went on hiatus. I did. So yeah. God, that's loud. Oh, this song's so good. Oh my god. Might be my new favorite manga. I love that. The manga, I need to reread the manga. I haven't read the manga in like 8 years. I need to reread it. It's on my to-do list for... I have a to-do list of stuff. It's on there. Could Yakuza ever surpass it? Yes, it could. If Yakuza 9 is Infinite Wealth level, not even Infinite Wealth, if it's Yakuza 7 level or Gaiden level, we're starting to have some uncomfortable conversations. And by that I mean beautiful conversation, because it's more peak. So yeah, Yakuza could surpass 14 for sure. But Evergold though, and as of now, to be clear, I'm talking about series that had the potential for it. I don't think it's super likely. I still think there's ground to make up. It is the mantle. It is the mantle. I know, I'm really excited for Evercold. Me too, Grootly. Me too. I agree, Dave. Nana, there are few series that can accurately portray the messiness and angst of how relationships come together, break apart, how life just goes on. Then it elevates itself, Roshan. Number 80. Okay. I'll do a bet between 78 and 79. Very true, Jonah. Number 80, one of my darlings that I will never shut up about, and has been for ages. Not ages, actually. It's not super old. Akane Banashi with the big 5 rise into the top 80. Incredible stuff this year for Akane Banashi. Stuff that's made Isho the highest elevated antagonist in the antagonist list by 56 spots. That's made Akane go up even more. Incredible stuff for Kaisei and a lot of the supporting cast. Incredible art. Akane Banashi, year after year, just gets better and exponentially better. No, Trish, I was scared to look at your lists because of what you said about one of them, so I don't think I looked. But I think she's really high, which I love. Okay, I didn't see it just in case. She's number 8? For real. I adore this series so much. I've gushed about it on Recon's podcast. I gushed about it in these streams. I gushed about it the last couple weeks with the characters I've been talking about. It is so, so good. And thank you, Weaver, for getting me into it. Weaver, I always had it on my radar, but Weaver, through the redeem, added to my plan to read sort of thing, pushed me to read it. And now look where we are. A consistent mainstay. I can't wait either, Dave. The Redeems can move mountains. They really can. The Trish Protag list has a future Alexander Heart and Soul character. Does it? Metal Gear? Solid? I'd love that. Okay, bedtime. Oh, not this. Damn. Does this alert the Final Fantasy XIV drop? Okay. This one's pretty fun. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Weaver. Whenever you check out the VOD for yesterday, you'll see that he's infected my mind even more since that video because of the latest chapter. What an incredible character. Death Note. Or Death. Fate Stay Night. Plus Fate Hollow Ataraxia. I choose Death. Which one's higher? Fate Stay Night or slash Hollow Ataraxia or Death Note. For reference, last year, Fate Stay Night was number 87, and Death Note was 77. So Fate Stay Night, I've been telling you guys, I've been hinting, this has been an up year for Fate Stay Night. It's been an up year. It's at least gone up by 8 or 9. It's been moving mountains for me, and I really, really want to reread it. And Death Note, it's either gone down by 1 or 2, which is low-key elevation. I know, I've been gushing about Fate a lot, D. What the hell just happened? Oh, I think the vote just went away. I clicked on it and went away. 60% say Death Note. 40% say Fate, Stay Night, Heaven's Hollow Ataraxia. Did you just say you've been hinting, or did you say you were inting or hinting? I don't know what inting means. I was hinting. The answer is Death Note. Just about. But big ups to Fate Stay Night and Hollow Ataraxia. That is a notable rise. In League terms, that makes sense why I didn't understand. Death! Death beats Fate. It does, damn. Let's see, what's next? Aha! My favorite piece of media in terms of pure horror. Pure horror, PT. This is the scariest thing I've ever experienced, and the sheer depth and richness in the tiniest details of its story that are implied through subtext and all of that has made me go insane. Completely made me go insane. I adore PT. Lately, I've had to come to terms with the fact that it's not actually my favorite Silent Hill property, but that's okay. It does so much in just a couple of hours, it's insane. What is PT? It's a playable teaser, that's what it stands for, and it's a short, couple hour long game that was meant to be a teaser for the next Silent Hill game that was tragically cut short. A collaboration between Kojima, Guillermo del Toro, Norman Reedus, a lot of the staff of whom became a part of Death Stranding. But it was cut short by Konami because of a lot of annoying, devastating reasons, and never saw the light of day. But as it stands, PT is lost media, and now PT is not actually available in its original form. They took it off the PS Store. But I played it in its original form, and there are versions of it that pretty much 99% replicate it, so you can play it as close as possible to the original. But it as a work of art, it is to me a creative masterpiece, an absolute creative masterpiece, and to me the scariest thing I've experienced. Atmospheric horror, playing with perception, playing with expectation, pure visuals, sound design, everything. To me, it's the scariest thing. There is a way to play it. I don't know exactly, but there's a way to download it online from people who have recreated the game from the ground up. To replicate it, and it's almost done perfectly. It's not exact, but when we hopping on Alien Isolation? I don't know. I don't think that's in my plans currently. Yeah, like I said, it's about it's a couple of hours. It's a couple of hours or so. It's more than 30 minutes in my experience, but it's very short. You can do it in an evening, easy. Are you looking forward to OD? I am. I don't really know what to expect from it, but I'm gonna check it out. Did Chadley improve my FF7R experience? Yeah, I like Chadley. I like him. So yeah. This is the first top 100 list since I played Death Stranding. It feels like the Death Stranding streams were longer ago than that, doesn't it? Really, Tom? That's great. When's it coming out? It's not coming out for a while, right? I hope it's not anytime soon. There's too much stuff I want to play. What's it even called? TBD? Okay, good. Good. I can't have it releasing this year. Chadley's overhated? Yeah! I think Chadley's fun. I like him. I really don't understand any of the hate with Chadley at all. But hey. OD? I can't find it on Backlogged. Whatever, it's fine. OD Knock. Thank you, Nino. OD Knock. TBD. Boom. I've wishlisted it. Okay, and then the last one in this tier is another old favorite. Psychopass. Psychopass. Psychopass is old reliable. It's always been there. It's been there for a decade. It'll continue to be there. Forever adore it. Kogami, Makishima, Akane, the supporting cast, incredibly strong. The OPs, the music, incredibly shocking moments, really interesting thematic conclusions, completely stands on its own. You don't need to watch the sequels if you don't want to. The last time I watched Psychopass was 4 or 5 years ago. I really think fondly of it. I think incredibly fondly of it. And yeah, Andres, you can check out the list if you'd like. I don't remember exactly where she was, but she was on it. Really, Moonless? Konami hit the remade PT with a cease and... Did they really? So when I re-experienced it through that a couple years ago, that's now lost media. Jeez, man. Holy! Thank you for the Prime resub for 3 months, Frog Lumber. I found you through the Jozu tag. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I do my best. Psychopass is the most similar media to the Silver Case? Really? God damn. I did not expect that. Interesting. That does pique my interest a bit. The vibes, huh? Yeah, Trish sold it as Alan Wake, very like Alan Wake, and that got me really interested. But it's a lot like Psychopass 2. Really, Sarah? That's cool. I still found ways to download it. Didn't know it was playable on PC till now. Okay, good. I'm glad it's still out there. That would be honestly a tragedy. But, you know, you never know, so play it while you can. It's probably too late. There is something that adds to its legend and mystique that it is so hard to find, that it was eradicated from the PS Store. It adds to its lore and aura, you know? But people deserve to be able to check it out. He does, Elijah. Psychopass, every year that passes by becomes more and more relevant for Psychopass, and it's very unfortunate. Hey, RC. Hope you're doing well. Metal Gear Solid 2. I think I've heard that comparison too, Ray. For the Silver Case. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, and then we'll move on to Tier 5 and the top 75. Fate's Day Night, big rise. Big rise. Don't go anywhere. We will continue. We have plenty more to do before we end stream today. I want to try to get roughly halfway through. But yeah, I'll be right back. Be right back, and then we shall continue. Hope you guys have been having fun so far. See you in just a few. Take a bathroom break yourself. Drink some water. Oh my god. AJ's dead! Everyone, I've realized a fatal error on this list. When doing certain things with this list, I realized I've forgotten to do something. There was a small error. Please forgive. One moment. One momento. Apologies. And it... Okay, it's now fixed. Oh, just about fixed? Thank you for the welcome backs, by the way. Okay. one more little thing I have to do. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're cooking. So, classic AJ Top 100 stream moment. Honestly, we got through a bunch of entries and I didn't have to make any changes. I'm surprised it took me this long. But there is a very big oversight that I forgot. That just happened because I was screwing around with the formatting and forgot to put in an edit from later. So here is... Wait, let me just make sure I'm not spoiling. Here. Dragon Ball is an honorable mention. One of the most important series I experienced this year. Very big oversight. It happened because I was like screwing around with the formatting and I posted an earlier version from an earlier document that didn't have Dragon Ball because I hadn't completed it yet. Anyways, Dragon Ball is honorable mention. Honestly, it probably wouldn't have been honorable mention if the last 80-ish chapters were so good, but they are. If it was consistently the quality of, I guess, the first, I don't know, 90 to 100 chapters generally, to me that's 7 out of 10 stuff, and it was lots of good fun and lots of great streams, but the stuff after it was truly fantastic and really elevated it and really appealed to me emotionally a ton. So even though it's an 8 out of 10, which is what I gave it, 7 for the first stuff, 9 for the last stuff, I think there's an emotionality to it and a charm to it that makes it honorable mention for me. And there are other 8 out of 10s in honorable mention. And I really think that Dragon Ball Z with Vegeta, with Piccolo, Vegeta, if he exists, it is there, Dave, it is, will stand it in good stead. With who? Whomst? So, yes. I can imagine you... Once I got into, like, the top 80, it's like, I don't think many people would think it's ahead of, like, I don't know, like Fate's Day Night or Akane Banashi right now, you know? Or Psychopaths, you know? And I went to the bathroom and I was just looking over my documents. I'm like, oh shit! But anyway, that's where Dragon Ball is. Yeah, that's where Dragon Ball is. Okay. We're cooking. The Gohan chapter. What made Trails fall considerably after just a year? I talked about it a decent bit when I was going over honorable mentions, but TLDR, I played 3 Trails games, and all of them dragged it down comparatively to the level I had it at last year. All 3 games I played were significantly lower than the standard I had for it, I guess. So it dragged it down as a series. Dragon Ball Z really consistently peaked from the very first chapter to the last for me, so I'm really excited to see those streams. I have high hopes for it being on the actual list next year. Me too. I'd honestly be pretty disappointed if it wasn't at least just missed out. Considering how good it's been, it would actually have to, let's put it this way. If Dragon Ball was the quality of the second half of it the whole time, it would be on the list for sure. And if Dragon Ball Z, and for Dragon Ball Z to not put it on the list, it would have to be worse than Dragon Ball. You know what I mean? So, I have high hopes. If he exists is killing me, like imagine this whole time Vegeta was made up. Maybe he is! I've seen him. I don't know if he's real. I know he's real, but is he good? Is he actually going to be as good as I think? Is he going to just show up in the last chapter? I don't know. Sorry, top 5 stories that become more relevant as time goes by. Metal Gear Solid 2, Psychopaths, Cyberpunk. In a more positive lens, Rakugo. In a more negative lens again, Final Fantasy VII. Oh, Andor! Oh, yes, Andor. How is Andor not the first thing that came out of my mouth? 3 as well, yeah, 3 as well. Did I end up altering the anti list after yesterday's stream? Yes, I posted about it in the Discord. Emu went up 1 spot. Hunter x Hunter, true. Vegeta's not canon. He was added in the Toei anime movies as a gag character. Noted. Noted. Okay. Number 75, and I am utterly delighted to be able to share this one. Hold off on ranking it? I guess we'll see. Is it next? Is it next? I am utterly delighted to be able to share this one. I can't believe we're here. Can't believe this is my life. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7 Steel Ball Run 75th in my top 100. Could you imagine AJ of a year ago seeing this? Crazy, man. It could potentially even go up with the anime, with more reflection. What happened to me? I don't know. This series has become tied to me. It is tier 5, top 75. It was actually quite recently. It was around 85, 84, 85, something like that. But I had to think about it and be like, no, it's higher than that. Could Part 8 elevate it? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, with the anime, 2029, yeah. I owe JoJo an apology card. I'm joking. Yeah, no, you are. I get that you're joking, but it's a funny thing because people will say that you owe JoJo an apology, and I would be like, why? I haven't changed my mind on the first 6 parts of JoJo. I still feel the same way. But Part 7, though, and when I reread JoJo's, I think I'll enjoy it significantly more. Maybe except Part 2. I finally got testosterone. Finally. What makes me rank Part 7 as a separate entity from JoJo's as a whole? Because I thoroughly love Part 7, and it stands on its own as its own story, comprehensively.